Hey, beautiful people. How we doing? We are here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in, please. That'd be so wonderful. Much appreciated. Shout out to the AFL Mod Squad who's in here doing the damn thing. Welcome to everybody who is watching. As I said, hit that like button. Thank you kindly. You could share this too if you wanted to, invite your people in, something to do on a Friday evening. That's going to be positive. That's going to be fun. I hope y'all are doing well. Hey, T. Jamal Lee. Hey, to Black Vigil. Hey, OL. Hi, Edmund. Hi, Hillary. Hi, Gen X. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Andy Pandy. Good to see you. Hey, Aqua. I was about to say, hey, read my.
What's up?
Beyond that. Mic check. Y'all make sure we're good. Hi, I'm ABSA. Reed, would you say something so we can mic check?
Oh, mic check. How y'all doing? It's Read My Soul. How y'all doing? Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Y'all, we good? So if you're new here, welcome. Good to have you. This is our second installment of Conversations for the Culture. And I wanted to have Reed on because I actually watch Reed's content as I watch all the content of folks who I want to have a conversation with. And so I asked him if he would spend a couple hours with us talking about current events, talking about some of his video topics similar. We talk about the same things, but we have sometimes similar, sometimes different, perspectives on things. Also to hear from y'all about what you think about these topics that we're talking about. But we're going to start from the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning of Read My Soul. When did you start your channel and what motivated you to start your channel? And I know you've talked about this, but this is going to be the all-encompassing, everything in one place.
Yeah. No, you're good. I appreciate you asking. Of course, thank you for having me on. I'm still, like I told you before we start, I'm still getting used to everything. So, don't hesitate to shut me up because I'm a yapper. I think we're all yappers, right? I think we're all yappers. But really, I think it started when I was younger. Just growing up in poverty, you know what I'm saying? Growing up in the culture, growing up in, New York City. I'm from Harlem originally. I was one of those people that I would try to entertain the family when things went, when things weren't the best. So I would grab the remote. I was always trying to make jokes and laugh and all of that good stuff. So I felt as though as a young kid, I was on camera before being on camera. So that's kind of how I started. I would try to make light of our circumstances. And over time, I realized no matter what I did, people wanted to hear my opinion or hear my takes on everything. Like, it'd be days where I'm like, I'll go to school and I'm like, I don't want to talk to nobody. Like, my real name is Devontae. That's another thing too. Like, my dad named me Devontae specifically because of Jodeci. And I've talked about that on my channel. Devontae Swing, he was like the writer and like all the ladies loved him. He was like the real important one. So my dad named me that specifically because he knew I was going to be special. So I kind of was just born into that, I was kind of born into that. And no matter what I tried to do when I was having a bad day or having a good day, people like, did you see that last night? And people did call me Reed. Everybody called me D Reed. It was like, D Reed, did you see that last night? Especially when I moved down south. Even when I moved down south, like, and I was an outsider, people still wanted to hear my opinion. People still wanted to hear my takes. So that's kind of how I just slowly, like 2010, I started doing YouTube about sneakers and hip hop. I would review sneakers, and then I would play like the latest song or whatever. At that time, it was like J. Cole, Wale. This is like Big Sean, or all of these guys. They were still like kind of underground, so I would play that to like get people familiarized with this new wave of artists. And that's basically how I started. It was just something I was kind of like born into, just
Mhm.
naturally being I wouldn't say center of attention, but because sometimes I'm very much in my like I don't want to be bothered back, but people just always gravitated towards me, and I tried to hide from it for a very long time until I realized I couldn't. This is what I was designed to do, stuff like this, conversation, culture, and just being who I am, really, just being who I am, just on camera. It was, I guess, people are interested in it. I guess I don't know.
Mhm.
Yes, but like I said, I'm a yapper. I like having conversation. I could talk to a brick wall. I did a lot of retail, a lot of sales,
Mhm.
a lot of hospitality
Mhm.
management,
Mhm.
banking. So it was just in me to just conversate with people, regardless of what they look like or what they were wearing. I'll have a conversation with anybody, and anybody that knows me that personally, they're like, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Read to talk to anybody. Read to
You
talk to
talk to
everyone.
anybody, yeah.
Because I wanna know. I guess that was really it. I just wanna know. I wanna know what's
Mhm.
going on with people. At first, I thought it was my defense mechanism to not get jumped.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, it was like, I grew up in New York City during a rough time, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, the city's still rough now, but, I grew up I'm born in the '90s, early 2000s. If you know, you know.
Right.
So, and I'm not one to not defend myself, but if I could do something different, that's how I
Yep.
always was. And, usually I would just have a conversation with people.
Mhm.
That would save me from issues going into different neighborhoods and stuff like that. So, that's me
So
in a
you
nutshell.
what year did you start your channel?
I technically started my channel when I was 17 years old in
Wow.
2010. Everything that everybody is doing now, I saw then. I saw very early on, and I wouldn't say I was big in the sneaker community, but I was getting big. I was about to graduate high school. Wasn't really feeling like going to college or doing that whole. Well, I ain't had the money. Keep it honest with you, and so I had this feeling that the internet. I saw the way social media was working and operating, so I figured, this is what it was gonna be. So I started very early on, and while my senior year, I worked at Nike. I worked at the Nike store, so um I figured I can get the sneakers for a discount, and I can beat everybody at like I had a very early on plan. Like I could beat everybody on content because I can get the sneakers early. I can get them for a discount, but I always wanted to push hip hop at the same
Oh,
time.
strategy. We're talking about strategy. I
Yeah.
just love it. Yeah.
So that was it. I was always very strategic on how to do things, and I realized and my brother's 5 years older than me, right? So I'm a older soul, but his friends were very impressed with me. They were like, "Yo, I wasn't doing that at 18. I wasn't doing that at 17." Like, they were motivating me. And then you go through life and things come and things go, and I just saw this. I knew this when I saw Justin doing his thing with Hip Hop DX. I was like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like that's the long form content, these breakdowns. Going to the barbershop. That's basically what it was for me. I would go to the barbershop, have these conversations at the barbershop. My uncle, I would listen to my uncles and my brother and his friends. They was always talking about sports and music and all these different things. So, I come up with a plan, and then there's nothing that can stop me. So that's basically what I did. I was just like, hey, I literally turned on. Back in the day, it was no editing. 2010, it was no editing. It was literally, I would sit on my bed, turn on the camera, you'll see everything. Turn on the camera. What's going on,
Mhm.
y'all? Free myself.
Mhm.
Well, at that time, I was something else. It was D Nice. Everybody used to
Mhm.
call me D Nice back in the day. I'm like, hey y'all, and then I'll put my little phone by the camera so it could play like the music or whatever. And it just was very. I got one of my videos still up from that time. I like to delete stuff, but I do have one of my videos from 2011 still up on my channel to this day. And it's like you can go back and look at the blog era where everybody was wearing like snapbacks and Jordans and
Mhm.
G Shocks and stuff like that. So that's kind of how I got going. All
And
of
so when did you decide that you were going to transition from most basically just kind of well, not basically, because I think you probably wove a lot in with a primary focus of shoes and
Mhm.
then secondary music. But when did you decide I'm gonna pivot this and evolve my strategy and start talking about other things?
So I always tried. Let me not say it. It was a point. I came up with it was this hip. It was called the Hip Hop Head series, and one of the videos that I have back that are still back there is one where I was talking about Lupe being the GOAT. And I think I kind of switched my algorithms when I did that. I did like 10 videos. It was when Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma was kind of having a beef. It was Drake was just, it looked like he was unstoppable. He was dissing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying stuff like Eminem is overrated back then. Like I would just say, I'll just say the most outlandish stuff. And this was
In
me.
the pocket, though. That's in the pocket for the time, though. It really is.
And it was funny because at that time I didn't see nobody saying it. I saw people scared that because we were having these conversations amongst my friend group, and nobody was saying that. But I think it was right before Everyday Struggle came out. I came up with the Hip Hop Head series. I was arguing with myself basically. Like I was supposed to be arguing with myself, and I didn't have nobody to argue with.
Right.
So I was trying to argue with myself, and I was watching First Take a lot because I didn't really like sports, but I like the jargon of sports. Like
Right. Yep.
I
get it.
I know people don't like Stephen A and all of that in the sports world, but I like it. I was like, this is good. Cause I grew up watching like WWE and I grew up in New York. You're out walking home from school, somebody battle rapping on this corner. You don't know who they are, but they battle rap. You got the Islam brothers out there. I liked all of that stuff. So that's kind of how I was trying to play it. And I had a series of 10. The one that blew up was the Lupe Fiasco one, but this was around 2000. It was like the year before Everyday Struggle came out. And I think this is 2014, 2015, 2015, 2016-ish. I started to make that transition. My channel was really hot for sneakers from like 2010 to like 2013. And then I went through life trying to go to college and still work a job, doing this. You know what I mean? I started going through life. So that was the least of my worries. But I think at the time, I still had like 2,000 subscribers, 3,000 subscribers from the old days. So I would keep trying to attack it. And I came in right before Everyday Struggle. And it's funny because I marketed on Facebook as the first take of hip hop. And this is when Breakfast Club's interviews were like the focal point of the culture. And I will always be in the comments on battle rap and Breakfast Club and all these different things. And I guess Instagram stories maybe just started and Snapchat got really popular. So I would go in there and just say these outlandish takes and everybody like, you gotta do this on this and you gotta do this on that. And so around 2016, 2015, I really started to like make that shift. And then I started going really full time at it around. So I did this. I started doing the sneaker thing again 2020. I started bringing the sneaker thing back, and I got to the point where I got monetized. But it's still like my retention rates were terrible. People just wanted to see them on feed, or it wasn't really good. And then so around 2021, 2022, I started doing more hip hop stuff because I always had like videos that I put up like we are the product. Like if anything is free, we are the product. I think I was one of the first ones I saw online like saying that early on. So I always try to weave in like kind of these talking points. And it was difficult at first, but then once I started doing my thumbnails, that's kind of where I started taking off. Once I changed my thumbnails, then it was like, oh wow, people are like really.
Oh my God, the evolving science of the thumbnail.
Oh my goodness. If anybody asks me, what you do? Thumbnails. That's I'm the same person 10 years ago. And of course you get better over time. And I started watching Justin, yourself, Curtis King, all because I up until maybe like a year or two ago, I was still blind to a lot of this side of this. Like I just knew Justin. It's like, all right, Justin. I watched this from Hip Hop DX. And over the years I started getting better, of course, with doing my videos and my ideas and stuff. But it literally was just I would really attribute it to like the last 2-3 years of just grinding.
What do you think? Well, actually, before I get to that, first of all, I just really love hearing because we are deciphered. Skip and DJ talked about this as well. Like YouTube is not a guaranteed hit. You have to feel compelled somewhere deep within yourself to struggle through it.
That's the best way to describe it. The struggle through it. For real.
You really have to feel compelled within yourself. You have to care about what you're talking. You have to want to. You have to. There has to be that like, nah, I gotta.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm gonna have to squeeze in the time. I'm gonna have to go to work early to, so I can get off a little bit early, so I can do all these other things, so that I can get home and I can have time to put something together and have So I think it's important that people know that like YouTubers, even your favorite YouTubers, often have, they came in with an idea. Some came in with a plan.
Yeah.
Either way, it's going to have to evolve. You're going to have to change things along the way. And then with your own evolution as a person, like you started your channel when you were 17 years old. Like that's a long time. And the internet, technology, what people talk about on social media, how we talk about these things, the expectation of people to be available to talk about these things in a way that they actually want to hear them and doesn't feel bought and paid for. It's like we literally could be doing anything else, y'all. We ain't got to be here to lie to you. We're just going to call it how we see it. It's okay if you disagree and you have a nuanced perspective that is different. But so, yeah, I think it's important for people to hear that, like, whatever it is that they think is going on in this box, there's a whole lot outside of it that impacts it. Sometimes you do have to go away from it for a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months, a couple years. You can't produce at the level that you want to because you have to pay your damn bills, take care of your family, go to school, whatever the thing is, How would you define what you think at this stage in your life is your life's purpose, and how does your channel feed that, if at all, or vice versa?
Well, like I told you, I'll be 32 on Sunday.
And
happy
birthday. Make sure you give him some happy birthday shout outs, y'all.
So it's funny because this is important for me. This was like a birthday gift to myself. Speaking with you and speaking with other people. And, I live in South Carolina to where it's like what you see on the TV is right here.
Right.
Like it's right here.
Yeah.
My wife's an educator, so it's right there. Everything is we live in an area to where it is very North dominant. Like a lot of people that live here are not from South Carolina, but they not like the most liberal folks going, you know what I mean? So my life is, I can't escape it. So my channel, I wouldn't say I know exactly what my life's purpose is yet. And I think I'm on the right road though. I think I'm on the right road because for years my mother told me I should be a lawyer, and my father's side of the family was like, you should be a preacher. It was like you like, so because it was like you have a message. My mother, she lived with me most of the time, so she know I always wanted to be right. And my dad, they just always saw me, how I handle my cousins and always tried to, motivate them and things like that. So I feel like my channel is designed. I mean, my last name is Reed, and soul is a play on words. Read my soul, right? Corny, cheesy.
No, I think it's genius. Excuse me. No, we're not going to do that. I think Read My Soul is so fucking genius.
Well, I love
it so much.
ABSAFCKNLUTELY is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, yo, that's kind. I like ABSA. I like that. I like that. But not to be long winded with this question, because it is one that's like, okay, I gotta think about this.
I know. And take your time. It's okay.
I feel as though the comment section is where that answer will come from, right? Like, all I'm doing is being myself on camera. All I'm doing is being the person that I am with my wife, with my kids, my cousins, my best friends. I will say I clean it up a lot. To be more friendly. I clean it up a lot. Even my Instagram, I used to rant on my Instagram and Snapchat for hours. I've even cleaned that up in the last few. I guess it's maturity, but really my goal is to show who I am, right? Read my soul. I want people to see who I am for more than just my face and you know, my skin and all of this stuff. I want you to know that you're having a real experience with a real person, with a person that is just like you. And even if we're not just alike, we have probably more similarities than we don't. And even if we don't, even if we're not the same, that's good. Let's have a conversation. I guarantee you we'll find some similarities. So I think my channel is exactly the name. I'm just being myself. I'm just saying who I am and saying how I feel unapologetically. And ultimately, my goal is to, like I was when I said when I was a kid, I just want people to, because it's a hard time right now, and I think it's always been a hard time. I think like this reality is never like I listen. I love history. I don't really think, you know, there might have been good moments, but I feel as though life is in itself is very difficult, especially when you feel like you're alone and you're living and doing it alone. So I want people to come to my channel and feel a little comfort and feel like, man, I'm not crazy, or like, okay, word, like, all right, yeah, nah, you know, I was feeling that, or no, I don't believe that. You ain't, you ain't right. That ain't this. I love Tupac. I love birds. Cool. As long as you come here, we have a good time. Keep it peaceful. We have a conversation. So that's just basically what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get people through the day, get people through these crazy times that is always in front of us. So, and I got a question. I don't want to just talk. What makes you, because I see you and your channel, and it's like you're doing work. Like you're
Mhm.
doing work. Like you're doing work that I wouldn't say I'm scared to do, but I've tried to do it in the past, and it took a lot out of me. So
Mhm.
like what is your goal, and what's your vision for your channel, and what do you get out of it? Because I see it and I'm like, you know, that's tough. You know what I mean? I try to put the candy in the medicine. I mean, I try to put the medicine in the candy a little bit, drop some little hips and jewels there. You say how it is. So how same question to you. Like what does your channel mean, and what do you seem to get out of it?
Yeah, I mean, so
The purpose.
I started my channel, I think in 2016, and I started it because that is right around the time where Real Networks had a free ripper. And I was all over the internet ripping historic videos. And then I needed a consistent place where I could put them and they would be there forever.
I feel that. I feel
So I
that.
put them on. There was no ABSAFCKNLUTELY. It was just my personal little channel. I was never on the channel. I just had a bunch of historical videos of Black people,
Right.
and rare historical videos, Dr. King's funeral in color, et
Mhm.
cetera, et cetera. And I amassed like 6,500 followers and almost 2 million views, never doing anything with that channel because people would come and look for those videos. And then I realized over the years that people were coming back to those videos at
Mm.
pivotal points, either in their personal life, the anniversaries of such and such's death or this event, that they were continuously coming back. And so when it popped off between um Drake and Kendrick, I felt literally compelled. My first video was pretty late in the game, in the beginning of the beef. My first video was on July 4th, and I had recorded it 5 different times. And I felt compelled. I felt compelled to say,
Yeah.
this is a shift. This is representative of something, because the critical mass, I'm not a psychology major, but I am a
Yeah.
strategist and I do work on real world things. And you have to have a sense for critical mass
Mhm.
in real world situations when you're strategizing about how to change something or how to get something. And I could see it instantaneously. I was like, we this is different.
Mhm.
We've hit something different that is I have never in my 47 years seen in a beef, and I've seen damn near every single beef.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I genuinely felt compelled to talk about the what I anticipated would be the real world consequences for Drake,
Mhm.
because what the beef did was highlight pre-existing problems that
Mhm.
Drake already had,
Mhm.
and that we adults have questions about
Yeah.
all over the world, mind you. And so that's how it started. So I put that video up. I had no intention of then like starting a channel. It was the reaction to the video. It got like 33,000 views. I was like, "What?" But it was the comment section. It
Yes,
wasn't the view count. It
it's the
was the
comment section.
comment section.
Yep.
And it was the comment section saying, excuse me, table, pull up. You need to be a channel."
Where you at? We need we they scratch it. We need more of
It's
this.
child. And I was like, "Okay." So it really started in, that, and I was like, "Let me, go think about this for a minute, because I'm not going to be a music reactor. I'm not going to, I'm
Yep.
not going to." So I needed to like take a couple weeks and figure out, what I want the channel to look like, the branding thing, the this thing, the that thing, and then what am I going to focus on? And what I realized was one of the overwhelming comments that I got from people on the Drake's 99 Problems video, which was my first video, was,
Okay, yeah. I like that.
well, I'm learning so much. Like a lot of people, like, not me taking notes on how to deal with this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay, I need to take moments in the culture, and make them teachable moments,
Mhm.
and teach people the concepts of strategy and other things. And, you know, I work in strategy in all kinds of fields, but, political strategy is my bag.
Mhm.
So that was naturally going to weave in at some point in time.
Everything's
And
political. Everything's political.
exactly, everything is political. And so it just, it just
Yeah, yeah.
kind of just was doing its thing. And
Then I see you on Culture United, and I'm like, oh,
you know and so, and it was like, I mean, yeah, because I hit the algo at a really important time. I
yeah.
think people were hungry for the content, they're hungry for the conversation, and they're hungry for somebody to just be like, "This is who I am, here are my qualifications,
Mm,
let's talk about this thing. Here's what I know, here's what I don't know. Oh, I made a mistake, I didn't understand that correctly the first time. Here, just like you said, being human, humanizing the thing, not coming to perform the thing for the clicks and
mm,
the bag and all of that." And so it became a community. So the purpose of the channel is to cultivate community.
mhm,
It is to represent women and Black women and Indigenous Black women. And it is to, speak truth to power. So, behind the paywall, I do talk about a lot of things kind of just straight up 7 up,
yeah, yeah.
um, for the general population. But behind the paywall, child, is when I'm like, 6 weeks ahead of the press in
Yeah.
telling people, this is what you should be expecting to be happening in government, in agency, in your backyard. These are the things that I will completely be ignoring. And here are the things that I will actually be paying attention to, because people message me 24 hours a day, whether it's about Drake or whether it's about the president
Mhm,
or whatever. And so it's important for me to be like, let me help you understand what matters, what doesn't matter, and why.
mhm.
And so the purpose of the channel is to say whatever it is that I have left to say that helps people remember what it is that we have collectively forgotten, so that our children will be okay
The babies. Fact.
no matter what happens in this country.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and to preserve, we're time capsules. You are a time capsule
Yeah.
at your tender young 32, but you truly are. Like you
Yeah.
saw something, you paid attention to it, and your evolution through it is a time capsule. everything that you talk about is a time capsule. And I also rest in, because, and I think this would probably resonate with you. When you have devastation in your life, you learn that the question why does not always get answered in your lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
You are not entitled to the why did this happen? Why is that happen? You are not entitled to, and that's hard for us as human beings
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we
yeah,
are hardwired to dig down for the why.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Very
But
analytical. We want to know. We have a thirst for that.
we have our brains need that, our survival needs that, our comfort zones need that. And so why did this all happen? I don't know. Why do I feel compelled to come to this every single day? I don't know.
Yeah.
What difference will it make? I don't know. What will it do in the future? I don't know. And I am golden with that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
totally good with that.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I see it too. It's like, a lot of times people are like, I was like, well, this is not one video. I got more videos. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the end. I have more. I might change my mind next week. So, I oftentimes, that the preserve thing hit me because my grandmother, my father's mother, was a hoarder, but she would keep, she was a hoarder, but she liked to keep a lot of newspapers. She would like to keep, she wanted to keep information because she knew that they weren't being told. They were rewriting and stuff like that. So a lot of times I have that hoarding type energy to where I want to know, I want others to know, and like my channel, one of my sayings is I'm not here to be right. I'm just here to be me.
Yes.
Like, and if you're looking for the right opinion, you're in the wrong place. This is my opinion, bro. This is me. I don't know what you got going on over there, but you ain't got to watch. So for me, I feel like I matter, like my opinion and my thoughts. Like you said, I'm a time capsule. My opinion and my to this thing, it matters. And it doesn't come from a disingenuine place. It comes from just my genuine thoughts. If I wrote it down more, you probably would be like, oh yeah, this is fake. So I honestly don't even write scripts. I just I write down notes and I maybe do a 2 or 3 takes, but usually I'm just going straight out to the point where some people are like, your scripts are so good. I'm like, I don't write no script. Like if I did, it wouldn't come out as genuine. So
you're just organizing your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm a freestyler. Like when I write, or like I took a lot of speech and stuff in high school and in college.
Me too. Gang. Yeah.
I was comedic relief on a few what's this thing called? In a few plays. You know what I mean? I went to Bible camp and all that good stuff. So, I'm not shy of improvising and being up on stage with the lights and the moments. So, as I've gotten older, I know like, all right, the more I be myself, the more it's going to resonate with people. So that's really ultimately what I'm trying to do. I'm really trying to preserve me. I'm really trying to preserve my thoughts and my feelings and show that I was here contributing. I was alive. I was around. Like you said, I could have been doing anything else in the world. I got a bunch of knucklehead friends. They doing, they out drinking probably. Well, it's Friday. They probably going out drinking or doing whatever. And I never gravitated towards that. Like I don't even watch sports as much as the next person. I'm always looking at. I study political science and criminal justice. So ultimately, I went into more hospitality management. But that's early on. Like I said, I wanted to do that kind of stuff. And for me, like I said, I'm just trying to preserve my thoughts and my opinions and my ideas and just add to it. And how do I say? I feel as though I have something to say. I feel as though I matter. For a long time, I felt as though I didn't matter, and that it wasn't. It didn't make it. Oh, nobody cares. But evidently, people care. And the more I just give my opinion and give myself, the more people see it, and the more I guess people subscribe, do whatever they do. And so, yeah, I definitely resonate with that. I'm trying to speak up for indigenous people, for melanated people, for disenfranchised people. I just did a video like explaining that very well. And I think I'm getting better at it because it's really the same conversation to me.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
really the same conversation. Like I said, everything political. So I'm just
Mhm.
trying to switch that conversation to every topic, I guess.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm having a real good time. Even speaking to you now, it just all makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't. I'm like, you know what? This thing kind of, I'm gonna kind of start listening to the universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just start but because I growing up here, because I'm from New York, grew up real tough. You know what I'm saying? I ain't from rich New York. I didn't have no family members that was drug dealers or anything
Right.
like. So growing up here, I had a different experience, and then moving down south, I had a whole totally other different experience. And the more I tried to shelter myself, the more I was depressed. The more I didn't spread my message and who I was with other people, the more I'm like in my little box. And very recently, I've been getting into that box again. But I had to kind of like focus on like home,
Mhm.
the channel, and everything, and different things like that. But I feel as though coming out and speaking to you, that's why I said it was like a birthday gift to myself, because it was like, no, you can't hide. You can't hide. You can't hide yourself. You can't dim your light. You have to go out here and you have to do these things. So when Curtis came up with it, he was like, yo, at first I was gonna be like, nah, I got this. I was gonna make up something. Like,
Mhm.
nah, man. I'm gonna, but I was like, you know what, let me test this, because I was like, all right, there's gonna be multiple people there, so I can kind of like, I don't have to have that much on me.
And watch
I can
as
watch
you're doing it.
and
Mhm.
add in when I can jump, and that's what I did. Like I think the live with the collective went really well. And I really wanted to be on the Culture United. I was like, I really want to do this, but I haven't done anything. I don't do lives as much. So it was kind of like I was like, you know what? The universe gave me the perfect practice for this. So I was like, all right, I really want to do this. I'm nervous. All right, let's do this. So last Saturday, kind of got my chops in, and now I'm here, and I'm like, this makes sense. I gotta pop out and show niggas. You know what I mean?
I love this. I love it.
I gotta pop out, and I watch your channel, and I'm like, I think the person just said, I'm like, yo, that's like one of my aunties right there. Like my father's side of the family is very lighter tone.
Mhm.
You look like one of my aunt Mona, my aunt Sharice. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's that. So I was like, you know what? Who knows? We all connected in some type of way.
Yeah.
I feel good going on live with her. Hopefully, she don't do what she be doing to Drake and them to me.
Nope.
I'm like, yo, because you be going crazy. I'm like, but it's necessary. Like, I'm like,
It is.
I'm like, it's very.
Just wait till tomorrow's video.
I watched your Drake is broken video like 30 times. Like,
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
yeah, I watch it a lot just because like I pull something different out of it, and like, I don't know, it was really done well. Like I really like that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I like this video.
I
I keep watching
appreciate
it.
that.
And I'm the type of person, I'll keep watching things over and over and over. It takes me forever to finish books because I'll read the same chapter over and over until I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't
Yeah.
I don't rush through it. I'm like, all right, let me reread that again. So
Man, I'm gonna clip this. Did you hear what he said? He said, "Let me run it back, make sure I understood what she said." Some of y'all need to do that. 'Cause I'm getting the craziest responses from some people in the comments where I'm like, "Beloved, that's not what I said.
yeah,
I
you
know
need to
that's what you heard, but that is not what I said."
watch the full video. Like, you know
You
what I mean?
know?
Like, yeah.
So, what was your first musical memory?
Ooh. So I'm from Harlem. I'm from Harlem, New York City. My dad's from Coney Island, Brooklyn. My mama is still kind of, women don't tell us everything. Mamas don't tell us everything. So
As we should not.
I'm
As
just
we
gonna
should
figure out
not.
my mama's story. But my mother, from what it seems like, she from Manhattan. She from Harlem side. That's from what I got. But there's a lot going on in the 70s, So they both born in 71. So I grew up. My dad probably he fell in love with hip hop, but like he gave me hip hop. Like it was like, you know what I mean? Like my mother still was into the church and all of that, so I would listen to slow jams and R&B and stuff like that. But my dad was like very much into hip hop. So like I said, I was named Devontae after Devontae Swang. which my dad was always into the know of hip hop. Like he always knew like who Babyface wrote for, who Smokey Robinson wrote for. Hey, yeah, you like Casey and JoJo, because when I was growing up, it was Casey and JoJo. It was all my life. They Jodeci. I heard Jersey when I was younger, but when I was more cognitive and I was more older, it was Casey and JoJo. You know Casey and JoJo? Well, this is where they started from. Your name Devontae from Devontae Swing. So I was like, oh, okay. He wrote all the lyrics and stuff. So my dad was always, he was a music, he tried to manage music for a while. He always had his own business and stuff. So he was my entry level into hip hop. And my first moment, for me, I remember wanting to hear I Got Five on it. No, not I Got Five on it. Not I Got Five on it. Return of the Mac. It was Return of the. I remember we was going somewhere on my aunt's car, very young, like when I was like maybe like 3 or 4, and I remember hearing that song for the first time, and I never heard it again. And I remember for like a year, I was like, "What is
hear that song?
What is that song?"
This is exactly like my doing the butt story. This is the exact same thing. I heard it in the minivan, and then I didn't hear it for the longest time. Oh, I thought about that song every day. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I just remember the cadence, and I remember how it made me felt. And you know, my aunt, she lived in Queens, which she lived in like the more suburban area, so that's where I would go to get out like the thick of like the Bronx and Harlem. So I would go there a lot, and that's you know, it's my father's side of the family, so I would go to them a lot. And that my dad drove. He had like 50 cars by the time I was like 10. He was just that type of person, always had a different car. So those drives is where I would get all my music from. And because my dad was from Brooklyn, the first official like hip hop was Biggie. Like my dad played Life After Death came out in 1997. I was 4 years old. Yeah, I was 4. My dad probably played Life After Death from 97 to about 2005. Like he ran that album into the ground. Like by the time I was like, all right, so I was 4. By the time I was 5 or 6, I knew all of the words to Notorious B.I.G. The Bone and Biggie song, the Notorious Thugs. I knew I knew Biggie's whole verse. So that was probably like those first 2 was like Return of the Mac and Biggie. Those were like very early on my first musical memories where I was like, yeah, I really love this stuff. You know,
So Return of the Mac was one of the first, because actually, I want to go back to something that you said. You remember how it made you feel. What was that?
That when he's singing that, whoa, like I don't know. I don't know if it was a color. I felt the color. I don't remember the color. It may have been purple. It may have been something, but I remember it, it was like a colorful feeling, like a very warm, joyful feeling of like, yo, this is you lied to me. Like his voice. And I just like, yeah, this is, I like this. Like, it just made me, I don't know, it made me dance more than like, it made me move. It gave me movement. Let me say that. It gave me some form of movement, whether it was in my brain, whether it was in my heart, whether it was my feet. I remember like by the second verse, I knew the chorus. You know what I mean? Like by the second time the chorus played, the hook played, I knew it. You know, Return. It was very simple, but I don't know, it was very upbeat. And it's funny because as much as I love hip hop, as much as I love like R&B and rock and jazz and blues and stuff like that. So that was like the first thing I remember. And I vividly remember it being when I was very young. Because it was a certain car my aunt had at a certain time period that she did. Well, I think it was a red Cherokee. If she hears this, she probably like, yeah, I had a red Cherokee. It was a red Jeep Cherokee, the boxy ones from way back in the days.
I'm so jealous. I wanted one of those so bad.
It was a red Grand Cherokee. You know what I'm talking about too.
He's got great taste.
Yeah. They were all car people. They all like my uncle, her husband. He was like, he came from Jamaica, and he had like a Dodge Viper that he built himself. You know what I mean? Like they were real car.
Uh-huh.
And that was like that's really my moments, is being in the car with my father. You know what I mean? Like being in the car with his family and him, and driving from, that's a long drive, even though it's so close from where I was at in the Bronx or Harlem to Brooklyn or Queens. So we would listen to whatever. My dad was a real good art. He liked Donnell Jones. Like I grew up with like my dad really playing like good music. Even though he wasn't in the house like that, when he did get me, he definitely made sure that like I listened to some good music. Even if it had cursing in it, he would make me understand like this is what this about. He would play me Tribe Called Quest. He would play me KRS, Biggie, Pac. And that was like really early on. And I was privileged to grow up in that time period to where like we still had really good radio. Like Hot 97
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
was, I mean, I would hear anybody would come on the radio, give a freestyle, give this, give that, good interviews and things like that. And my father's side of the family was Muslim. They practiced a different religion. So they had a different like whole way of life. And I think that kind of is why I'm so like who I am, because I saw so many different experiences within the Black community. And when I went home, my mother's playing gospel. My mother, we're going to a Baptist church, and that could be an early experience too, is going to church. And the best part of church, especially as a young kid, is the choir.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's the choir, you know what I mean? So that could be a very early experience too, but where I didn't even realize it, that, I to this day I still like gospel. I still love gospel. I still listen to gospel rap. One of the kids I went to high school is Scooty Wop, who has like a real good like he like does gospel rap. He had a hit maybe like a year or two ago called Kickback or Spinback. It was like going viral and stuff like that. I went to high school with him, so I still love that whole thing. But yeah, music is been there from the beginning. I had like, it was, I think Vince Staples said it was like, when's the day you was introduced to hip hop? And for me, it's like that with music. It's like, when's the day you was introduced to music? It was like my grandmother played Patti LaBelle all the time. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, so it was just there. It's a very music, especially in New York. It's almost like you play it to drown out all of the other stuff too.
Yep.
You play it to drown out the people, the cars, the sirens. And my dad always, and my brother could attest to this, my dad would always buy us a radio. Like we now I think about it, he would just bring a big radio, and my mom be like, come on, like you don't gotta hear this.
Fascinating.
He will always give us a big radio with the 6 CD changer.
Oh, that's nice.
With the big speakers. Back in the day when them things
I remember.
$100. He'd come give us a radio. He gave my cousins radios. That was like really important to him, was music. So I kind of definitely get that from him. Sorry, that was long-winded.
No, don't apologize. That was beautiful.
What about you? You said do it in the butt. Do it in the butt. What?
Yeah. So yes, doing the butt was one of the early songs where. So, as my channel knows, I am a lifelong Girl Scout, and I'm a Black Girl Scout. Okay. And one of my aunties was a troop leader, and my older girl cousins were in her troop. But my aunt would she was one of those above and beyond. So outside what she's doing with her troop stuff, she would just grab us and be like, we're going camping.
Yeah.
And, made sure we took up space wherever was beautiful outside to take up space. And we were going somewhere. And radio, same thing. It was on the radio. And like, as soon as it came on, I'd never heard it before. I'm the youngest in the car. And everybody changed. My cousins, their friends, my auntie is behind the wheel. I was like, I remember how it made me feel. I remember like immediately tapping into the lyrics because he's storytelling and he's giving directions. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's very easy to comprehend at a very, very young age what this song is about. And I remember just being like, no way. I didn't know that music could be this. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And so, and I just remembered the unbridled joy and fun that erupted in the car where everybody was literally carefree. People driving past, like she pulled into the right lane so that she could go slower. People are, what are these black people? We're kicking it in the Chrysler, minivan. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I get that totally. What was the first rapper that really hit you in your feelings?
Yeah, man, that's easy. It's Tupac, man. It is.
Okay, great. Excellent. All
It is
right.
Tupac.
Good answer.
It was Dear Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Mama. It was like, I mean, it was Dear Mama. Brenda's Got a Baby, and then Changes. Those were like, and I vividly
Mm-hmm.
remember him hitting me. I know the Changes is like a song after he passed, but it was still like a him song. It wasn't like they try to dig up Pac 45 times and put
Right.
out an album.
Yes. Yes.
He's like, hey, go on them records and flip that. But no, it was very early on Dear Mama. Just that joy that because I talk about this on my Tupac video, which is one of my biggest videos. Is crazy because that's a story that I've just had. Like it's my story. Like my Tupac was right about everything video. Like it's crazy because Pac was just, I don't know. It was just him talking about his mother like that. Everybody I knew felt that way. Like everybody I knew felt that way. He said, it just hit me. There's a song called "Doing the Butt."
Y'all better leave my childhood alone. That's all I have to say. I see you in them comments. I'm watching you. Y'all better leave my childhood alone.
The crazy thing is, I know that song. That's
Okay.
the song to it, and
Sexy.
it got that old style. I like it, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was Pac, man, because I felt everybody in the hood felt that way about their mama. You could not, if you said something about somebody mama, you knew it was a fight. It was like, yo, what you
Right.
say? But it wasn't a joke. It was like, yo, relax. Like, all right, we joking, but relax. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when he put those, when I heard that song, he put that song in the words. I felt it. I felt that. I was like, oh yeah, this guy here is something different. And then Brenda's Got a Baby. And you start looking at your circumstance. Growing up in New York City, man.
Especially in New York.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Growing up in the city, anybody will tell you, especially at those times, before gentrification came through and changed it, it was still crazy. It wasn't the crack epidemic. I think the year I was born was like 93 was like the crack epidemic was kind of dying down.
Mm-hmm.
But the residuals was still there, every like the residue and everything else was still there. So and then you see your mother struggling
And the teen pregnancy epidemic was going full force.
Yeah, so you saw Pac's words in reality. So that was always my thing, was reality rap and being, reality rap. And I guess that's why sometimes it's hard for me to appreciate like trap music and artists like Future and things like that, because it was my reality was trying to escape certain things. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I didn't really feel that we needed to glorify certain things. So I say that a lot in my content. Like, yo, this is very, like, I like conscious music. I like conscious. I like gospel, conscious music, conscious content. If I can learn something or I can feel connected with a person, that's what I like. And Pac was, to me, I even had the video today where I was like, Pac, the feeling that Pac gave you, I don't think anybody. Kendrick is close, but Kendrick's interviews are not Pac interviews. Like, I can watch a Pac interview at any given time and be like, okay, I'm not crazy. He was saying this about Pac. He was saying this about Trump and them years ago. You know what I mean? Like, I could watch him and see the switch from when he's a kid to where it's like, yo, they left me and my mom. Everybody left me and my mom. We ain't had nothing. This is why I'm like this now. Like, I seen the progression to where he became who he was in the later years. But yeah, it was Pac for me. It was definitely Tupac. Can't even deny that. I think that was a lot. I think that's a lot for people in my generation as well. And I don't know, because my brother was older. I did. I pushed like I feel as though if your brother's older, if he's mature, you're gonna grow. You're gonna gravitate towards that. My brother's 5 years older than me, so whatever he was listening to, I was listening to. Whatever he was doing, I was doing. Whatever him and his friends were talking about, I was talking about that with him. So I could have gravitated towards maybe, something different, but it was definitely Pac.
What are your top 5 women rappers of
Top.
all time or present, however you wanna put it together?
That's crazy. Top 5 women rappers. I gotta write this down because if I say it, I gotta write it down. Yeah, it'll be a video. So, my favorite woman rap album is "There Will Be Eve," or right there is Eve. I'm sorry, "There Will Be Eve." It's the one that has "Love Is Blonde" on it. That's probably one of my favorite women rap songs.
Mhm.
I don't even know you and I hate you. All I know is that my girlfriend used to date you. Yeah, that's like that song. I still think there hasn't been a woman rap song in a long time that has done something like that. But it depends on like I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about Lauryn Hill. So it's like, would that be a rap album or that would be more R&B album? So it would have to be. I would go Lauryn Hill first if we consider her a rapper.
Hell yes.
Okay, so it's Lauryn Hill number 1, Eve number 2, MC Light number 3,
Gang, gang.
MC Light, and only reason why she number 3 is because I don't really have a project that I'm like, yo, I love her more than the first two. But MC Light, she can still go today. Like, I
Mhm.
listen to MC Rap go, I'm like, yo, that's what I like. That just that flow and that font, like she still got that bop.
Man.
Yeah, MC Light is the best. So hold on, I gotta write it down. Lauryn Hill, because this might change next week.
Yep.
MC Light, yeah, I think I've said this before. Queen Latifah, and then this last one is gonna be Nicki Minaj. Just because I feel as though her bars is still like she can compete with the dudes like as far as bar for bar. And I don't want to leave Lil Kim out. I just want to mention her because I love Lil Kim. So that's like my top 6 right there. So Lauryn Hill, Eve, MC Light, Queen Latifah, Nicki Minaj, Lil Kim. Facts. And then, maybe I'll come to the new age and give, Doechii or Rhapsody and all of them something. But yeah, that those people I can listen to at any given time. UNITY is one of my favorite songs.
Yep.
Um,
Same.
I just like that song. I like her acting as well. I think she was very multifaceted. And a
Yep.
lot of people don't give her credit for that, and I think that counts. Eve, I used to love her show. And I got a girl that I think I'm gonna love
Uh-huh.
forever.
Uh-huh.
Like I really feel as though that album was extremely slept on. Love Is Blind in that song. There's a few other things that she did too later on. Shake Your Tambourine. And then you can't like I don't have all right. That's what I gotta get. I gotta get a Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
There you go.
That
I
happened.
still have my original CD, Miseducation for Lauryn Hill. I have a whole crate full of CDs. But do you think Nicki's better? Do you think her albums are better? Or do you think her features are better?
Oh man, Nicki don't. That's the reason why Nicki. I still go to like Itty Bitty Piggy Nicki. Like I still go to like mixtape Nicki. I fell in love. I ain't gonna lie, I fell in love with Nicki Minaj. When she first got on, her whole like her mixtape era was just crazy.
I mean, I think it's fair to say that it was unmatched.
Missy,
Objectively
Missy too.
speaking.
Oh, so I said
Oh,
Missy.
see, I wasn't gonna call you out. You see, I just put it there quietly. Wasn't gonna say anything because I know you meant to. I know you meant to put her. And I just want to say, I said top 5. You got 7. I ain't mad.
Yeah. Cause ain't no one. Ain't no, like I listen to more.
Hard.
I listen to more Missy than Lil Kim.
It's hard.
Oh no, I gotta scrap that. We scrap. That's a good video. We need to do it. We need to do
Okay.
it. We need to do it.
I look forward to seeing that.
We gotta do a collab on that. I need
Okay.
to put you in there.
Okay.
But Nicki, I really like Nicki because I like battle rap and I really like battle rap. And I feel as though Nicki, her punchlines and her bars and the way she changes her voice is just is very special. Out of all of these women, she's very special from what she does. And a lot of what we see with the female rappers now is a lot of Nicki Minaj. The way they have their personalities and the way they like Doechii, a lot of her flows are very much Nicki. And I don't know, she's more problematic than anything. I didn't realize that till maybe the last like few years. Like, oh yeah, she is a little problematic. But regardless of that, her her lyrical the way she raps is crazy, you know. Like I haven't seen anybody rap like that. And yeah, I'm so mad I didn't say Missy because like it's like Super Duper Fly is like that's
Man,
like in my window. But like
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right there. But I don't think you answered the question. Nicki albums or Nicki features?
um think what's one of my favorite? Yeah, Nicki features and mixtapes. I feel as though she has a
Uh-huh.
I feel as though that may be where she lacks is that there hasn't been a album where I could put on nonstop. Maybe I think it was the Pink Print. Maybe it was her first one, and then after that, I feel as though everyone had Moment for Life on there. I feel as though she was in her bag, and then she started doing like super bass and poppy music and kind of. But then she got back over into Queen. I listen to all of these artists a lot. Like I listen to probably Little Kim the least, but I listen to her in a lot of, like, I listen to her on Biggie songs. I listen to her on a lot of, like, other stuff. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. That is a good top 5. I hate top 5s, man.
I know. I know.
You can't forget.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. But you know, I mean, it could be top 10. Quiet as kept, you know, I don't I think that this is a conversation that needs to be had more. So I would love it if a man would make a video.
Yeah. No,
You know what I
listen.
mean? Because a woman making a video is like, well, of course she's making a video. She's a girl and she's talking about girls, but
Yeah.
these are women that have made indelible contributions to hip hop and to music, period.
Right.
Period, point blank, period. They didn't fade away. Their imprint is still at work to this day. So I'm always interested to watch exactly what you went through, the struggle.
Yeah. Yeah, because you want to give to the MC Lights, the Queen Latifahs, and you
For
want to
sure.
the Roxanne Shantae's. I just watched her her Netflix thing, and I thought she did the most. Sticking them for her to pay for her college. That's like,
Yep.
I love that. I'm like, yo, she got them to pay for their college. She's
Yep.
actress now, like that junk is dope. So I love that Roxanne Shantae thing. That's like the first diss song within hip hop, like the first diss song on Wax. I'm just like, yo. So I even want to add her in there. You know what I'm saying? Because like you cannot add her.
Well, I feel like you've got a top 10, maybe top 20 video. Because once you start thinking about it, you do start going, wait a minute. Well, what about Sister Soldier? What about, you know what I mean? Like, it's a nuanced conversation. So, well, this is lovely. I just love it when this happens. Okay, we're going to switch it up a little bit before we get to current events. If aliens knocked on your door tomorrow, I
told my cousin, stop coming over there.
as Skip said, beep, 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 beep. If aliens knocked on your door tomorrow, what 3 rap songs do they need to hear? And what 3 rappers do they need to meet? And it doesn't have to be same.
Ooh.
And take your time. And if you need to make some notes, you go right ahead, knock yourself out. How we doing, chat?
Aliens. If an alien knocked on my door.
So you have to enter. You're using rap and hip hop as their first introductory to culture on this planet. So what 3 songs and what 3 artists should they sit at the table with? And
first thing they gotta hear is Fight the Power, because if they try anything, I hope they know I'm frozen. Hold on.
No,
I
you're
hope
good. You're
they
good.
know I'm giving them smoke.
Okay.
So Fight the Power by Public Enemy. I'm letting them know right off rip. You gotta listen to this. And the reason why I gotta play that is a reason because that song is one of the first songs that came to my mind because it Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee is one of my favorite movies all time. If like as hard of a movie it is, I can watch it any day of the week. And that's kind of how I can gauge that. And that song was the soundtrack to that song. So Fight the Power is crazy. These are the best questions. I ain't gonna lie. These are good. You got me feeling good right now. Hold on. Yeah, fight the power. You gotta listen to that.
Okay.
I want them to know that we are aware. We listen, and you gotta know Elvis ain't nothing. That's the first thing you gotta know. We don't like Elvis. Listen to that line. So you might find somebody else. They might play your Elvis. Let me let you know how we feel about Elvis. I don't know, but definitely Fight the Power. Gotta listen to Fight the Power. Uh yeah, Fight the Power. Thinking. One of my favorite songs, because they might be going through something. They might be running from something, right?
Uh-huh.
They might be stressed out. They might be like, yo, they over there. I like,
Mhm.
oh, like, yeah, you got to get away from the man sometimes. I'm gonna play them Keep Your Head Up by Tupac. Keep Your Head Up by Pac. It's
That's
like,
good.
I don't know, it's just it's funny that's coming back. A lot of people reposting that back when he said, since a man can make one, he don't have the right to tell a woman where to like.
Mhm.
A lot of what he said in that song, is just the was that a sample? That was a sample.
Yeah.
The sample he used was amazing. Keep your head up. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Love that. So that right now, that's my two. So like, I'm gonna play Fight the Power first. And if they be like, hold on, chill, we running from something. Like, oh yeah,
Right.
let me tell you something, man. You look bad because if you came here, you came to America, to my house, you really in trouble. So just keep your head up, because listen, you got to feel that. And the third one, oh man, trying to give a range. Like I'm trying to give a range.
Mhm.
Like, all right, you gotta listen to Fight the Power. Keep your head up by Pac. All right, this third one. Chat, what y'all saying? Let me look at the chat. What the chat saying? You gotta get a read because it's so much in me. Like before this, I was watching David Banner, a David Banner interview. So um David Banner interviews are he just be on the one. He be ready to slap people. I can already tell. He was just so big boy. He'd be ready to fight them. He'd be like,
For real.
we gotta support each other. I'm like, yo, David, like I bought the God box, bro. I swear I did. Like I bought the God box. Oh, that's a good one. If I ruled the world, that's a good one. But I don't want them to hear no rule the world stuff. No, they might have too much
Don't
tech.
give them ideas.
I don't have no ideas. Bombs over Baghdad is good. You got y'all chatting. Hold on, y'all chatting in here. Hold on. That's crazy. Oh man, I have to go. I want to go with something a little older than that. It would have to. Somebody just said it, but oh man, these are good questions.
Mhm.
This is a good one. I have never thought of something like this. Uh, I would love to give like a Kendrick song too. Like it's like I want to give like the message, but that I think Fight the Power kind of like feels that, and so
Mhm.
just keep your head up. I want to give him something from Kendrick, man. Like I feel as though what he's doing is like to watch him do what he's doing is crazy. And like I still find little nuggets within his discography every day.
Mhm.
Um, three, because I want to give past, present, future. I feel as though those are good 2 points. Because like Fight the Power could sum up all of the things that was in 80s. Because I'm pretty sure that was like 88, 89.
Mhm.
And that song to me sums up the message and all those things there. And Keep Your Head Up kind of sums up the 90s. How can I sum up the 2000s? Oh man. All right, the third one kind of hard. I ain't gonna lie. The first two, I kind of had a plan and a strategy. Now I'm kind of like, me pontificate on this.
It's okay. I struggle answering my own questions, and I made them up.
And I want to do something from Lauryn Hill too, because like the miseducation is crazy. Like that thing, even though you're bad. Like I feel as though that song is just
Good.
play that. Hey, listen to that, son. It got to be something on To Pimp a Butterfly, because I have a To Pimp a Butterfly CD still wrapped in his case. And when my son turns about 15, 16, I'm like, listen to this.
I love that. Oh, I just got chills. I love that.
To this To Pimp a Butterfly right here. Listen to that. He's like, Daddy, nobody got no CDs. Well, I got a CD player right.
That's exactly right.
And I kept the Honda. I kept our Ford Escape.
Mm-hmm.
The CD player in it, because but it has to be something off To Pimp a Butterfly. How much $1 costs? Is screaming out to me. All right, is screaming out to me right now. You ain't got a lot of Kick It is screaming out to me. A lot of things is screaming out to me right now. But these aliens, they gonna get that fight to power. They're gonna get that head up by Pac. Oh man, yeah. Even I hate to say his name right now. I know he's not popular, but like All Falls Down by Ye is screaming out to me. One of my favorite songs. Back when he was Kanye. Don't know who this new Ye is, but back when he was Kanye, that was a really important song to me. But it got to be something from To Pimp a Butterfly. It keep your head up. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do all right. I'm gonna do all right. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do all right, because when your pride is low, you're looking at the world like, where do we go? I feel as though if we haven't come in contact with aliens yet, they would be in some type of duress or some type of stress or some type of need to contact us. So I would want to give them something to let them know that. And I feel like Fight the Power, Keep Your Head Up, and All Right is like 3 good songs to be like, all right, here. And you could take it however you want. You know what I mean? Like you might be needing to fight the power, or you might need to know we're here to fight your power, or you know what I'm saying? You might need to know that we're gonna keep our head up, or you might need to keep your head up. And all right, the same thing. You might need to be all right, but you need to know that whatever you do, we gonna be all right. So
right.
as soon as those 3 songs can be taken a different way, and it might change next week. I don't know. But that's what's screaming out to me right now as I try to gain. I'm probably missing the 70s. Like I'm probably missing the 70s, early 80s stuff. Rakim and them. But I feel like Fight the Power can sum up those very early days of hip hop.
And so then what 3 rappers should be the ambassadors for the culture?
3 rappers, you gotta say Tupac first. Kendrick Lamar second. Third.
You got to have a woman.
I know that. Let me see. That's automatically Lauryn Hill. It's just that I don't like how people been treating Lauryn Hill lately. Like I don't like how they've been treating her. I don't like.
Talk about it.
I don't know. I feel like there's this, they only talk about her lateness and the problematic stuff, and they don't really. I don't know. I just don't like how people been treating her. I don't know. I with her, I don't want a second album. Like I feel like Andre just needs to give us another album, but with her, I feel like the miseducation of Lauryn Hill is enough. Like Zion and like certain songs, like I don't know, beautiful. Yeah. She definitely could be on there, and I may and depending on how they coming, I may have to be like, yo, you got to listen to. I don't know. Is Erykah Badu not a rapper, but she be rapping.
I mean, we could say, 3 artists of hip hop.
She be rapping.
She do be rapping.
Erica Badu.
I consider Erica to be a hip hop artist.
Me too. I do too. Okay, I'm glad you said that because one of my favorite songs is "Love of My Life" by her in college.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. The video?
Yeah.
So good.
She be killing that. So that
MC Light's in that video.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm like a low key, like people like MC Light. I'm like MC Light. Let's Google this Google this freestyle in 2018 right here. Look at that. But yeah, no, I would definitely, even if I switch, like if I notice they have very feminine energy, I would definitely tell them to listen to I don't know. I like the whole. Hey, let's just listen to this album right here.
I think I'd be okay with Erica being an ambassador to the aliens.
Yeah, because even like her song "On and On," like and she's a Pisces, and so I like.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
I like that she's Pisces. You know, she talks about I was born underwater with me down.
Yeah,
things. Yeah, you may laugh. Nah, and that's the thing. The only reason I don't like questions like this because on any given day I could change.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm a Pisces. It's 2 fish. I like to think it's 2 feet, 1 body. But any given day, depending on what side I'm on, I could change it up. And you know, for me, I'm glad you mentioned the topics about the women topics about mentioning their contribution because I feel as though they've been running it low key.
You ain't never lie.
I just don't think they have like Doechii is probably the first, like, all right, this is it. Like this is the one. Everybody else kind of is like, okay. And I feel like where Lil Baby and the Baby and all of those artists were, I feel like that's not it no more. I feel like it's Glorilla, like Meg, like these are like the undercard right now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like the undercard that are pushing to go forward. And you know, sometimes it's hard to talk about it because like as a more conscious listener, I feel like Rhapsody don't get her justice.
Oh, yes.
So it's like but I did something for Doechii. I want to do something. I like this topic because to me, Eve's album is one of the closest full-fledged albums to the Lauryn Hill album.
Yeah.
And I don't think it gets enough love and respect for what it like the conversation, like the heavier topics that was like Love Is Blind was on the radio. Like that was like a radio single. So I like that though. But yeah, definitely the three artists, they can go to Erica, Lauryn, they can go to Tupac, Kendrick. Those like if they I would they couldn't give me a number. You can't give me a number, aliens. The aliens can't give me a number. I'm gonna name a whole bunch of people at one time. You gotta listen to these three.
Fine. That works fine. If you could erase one rap song from existence, what would it be?
Oh my goodness. I could erase one rap song. Oh, that's wrong. That's you're wrong for that. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Somebody in this chat, like, man. Somebody watching something, but
I'll start.
Yeah, you do one. I'm glad. Because that's hard.
I'll start with this is going to be popular. This is going to be a channel favorite right here. Well, Grippy is a given. The channel hates Grippy. Okay, the chat hates Grippy. But Give Me a Hug.
Oh yeah, I that's my next video. I just that twerking on stage line. Ooh. I had the concept. One of my first concepts from the Lupe video is I'm rebranding that and it's going right for that guy. Because that's what I was gonna edit today, but I literally just like saved my energy for this. Like I was like, let me not, because I'm a workaholic. Like I'll go home, I'll go to work, I'll come back, I'll be up till 12, get up, take the kids to school, come back. I will not stop. I was like, you know what? I ain't reached my goal this month. I was trying to get 40,000 subscribers because I'm an overachiever. I got 38, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna relax.
I didn't meet my goal this month either, but that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
That's
Nah,
fine.
it's all good. It's all good. We gonna get there. We gonna get
Yes,
there.
exactly.
But so I took a break, but I was definitely about to. I definitely ripped that one in a new a-hole. Give me a hug. Wow, that's crazy. It would have to be if I was to delete a song. Wow. Wow. I'm thinking about all the songs. You said grippy. Grippy. Yeah, I didn't. You know what? J. Cole, come here real quick, man. What? Bruh. And it was like it's like they waited for their worst music to come out right after the beef. It was like, why would you do
Why?
Wangwan Delilah and Grippy? That's what y'all got going on. I was looking around like, yo, what's going on here, y'all?
It's like you really wonder, like some sexy songs for you, like, are we being punked?
Nah, yo, Ashton, Mr. Coocher, Mr. Coocher, whatever. Bring your behind out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm very heavy in the R&B. Like I listen to Case and Donnell Jones all the time, and Emotional by Carl Thomas all the time. Like those, like I'm an R&B person. Like I'm a lover boy. Yes, I fall in love easy. I'm married now, but before my wife, I would fall in love. I got my heart broken and thrown around. I'm not like aggressive. Like I'm very like chill, laid back, very suave. Like so, like I love R&B. Like I put on R&B. Like that's my thing. Like we're gonna rock to some R&B. Like this is homeboys. We driving to the football game. Yeah, we're gonna listen to Donnell Jones. What's up? We gonna throw on what's up. You know what I mean? But one song to delete. Oh, it would be honestly, it would be something from like I'm not gonna do Vanilla Ice like that. Ice Baby wasn't terrible.
See? Listen, this is a consistent theme where people are like, nah, we gonna leave that one alone.
I'm gonna leave Ice Baby alone.
Yeah.
But I see what y'all were trying with that one. I'm gonna leave you alone for now because I figured if you almost went over the balcony from Suge, you paid your
okay.
That's how Suge started Death Row. You paid your service to the culture. It would have to be something from Aubrey Graham, and I just don't know what it is. I'm gonna keep my conspiracies to myself, so I ain't gonna go with what I want to say.
Wait, no, tell the people.
I'm gonna keep my conspiracy just to myself. I'm already looking out my window, like I didn't talk too much. I'm getting kind of too many views.
I don't need no OV hoes yelling outside my house.
Listen, and that's the thing. Like I come from a certain cloth to where like I don't like putting myself on Front Street. Like my dad told me, whenever we go into public, my back is I'm facing the door. Never have your back to the door. Like I come from like I live in South Carolina. That's all I'm gonna say. And like I'm very protective. I come from a very militant father. When I got in trouble, I stood in the corner with my arms up and my leg out. Like I come from like very like make sure you watch your front, your back, your side. So I don't you come from that generation too, where it's like,
yep,
you move differently. So a lot of this on the internet talking stuff, I'm like, I hope y'all don't try me, like, because I'm not the one. You know what I mean? Like
I've had to straight up tell some people.
Yeah, like
I have every license to carry everything. Don't play with me.
Yeah. Leave me alone.
Exactly. Black people on sabbatical anyway. You don't have to be here.
Yeah. Your mom ain't forcing you to watch nothing. You're a grown man. Turn the channel. But one song to delete. I'm gonna get back to this. Get one back song to delete because I would say it would have to be I would I can't. I would delete the Taylor Made freestyle by Drake. I would delete that because I thought all of the things that he did, I can justify. I can remove my feelings and my hat and go on his side and justify it. Right? I wouldn't want to and I won't. But a lot of the things that he did, understood, it's a rap battle, low blows, lies, you overdoing what, okay, cool. I can do that. But what I don't condone is the fact that Snoop is alive, using a person that is an alive voice is kind of weird to me. It's like, yo, this man is alive. And the deep fake thing is real. You know, like that's legit happening. You know what I mean?
Legit happening, a major problem.
And like, how long what have we been watching that's been deep fake for how long? You know, they say we get things 10, 15 years or however long down the rabbit hole. So that was problematic to me. And of course, using Tupac's voice and being whack with it. Like that was whack.
It was whack.
It was whack. I love Justin. Justin, if you're watching, I get why Justin likes it because of what Drake doesn't do, but that was whack.
It was so whack.
The way he's telling me you see him for me, and I know he got to be 5'5". I just thought that was whack, and I just don't want that. And it's funny, a lot of people kind of forget about that and the Buried Alive freestyle because those was whack. I would delete that song. Like I would never have that a part of the battle at all. And because where that's gonna go and what that is just scary to me. You know, with all this automated music and everything, for him to be such a big artist and to just make that miscalculation like that. And I know somebody's gonna be like, well, Kendrick did the deep fake thing on his video, but it was a purpose, and it was actually more awareness when he did the whole change the faces things and stuff like that. So
I wouldn't call that a deep fake.
Yeah, it wasn't a deep fake. He wasn't trying to pass those people
He
off.
didn't pop up as Nipsey through the whole video. Trying to pass himself off as Nipsey.
And that's what that whole thing was. Like even to the last verse, that was a Nipsey verse. Nipsey, man. It's funny because a lot of people like nobody liked him until he was dead. It was like, no, go on my Instagram, look down.
That's not true.
Yeah, look that. You know, people always gonna say negative things. You know, they always gonna say negative things. But I was like, no, go look down my 25th birthday. That was the album that held me through. That was before, I think that was 2017. That was before his passing. You know what I mean? Like, but so yeah, I just don't like where that go. That's just his recency bias. I would probably go to like, I don't know. I wouldn't even know because it would be like, I don't know. I was thinking about like Bubba Sparks. I was thinking about like everything that could be weird that I would want to delete. I'm like, nah, I kind of like some of that stuff because it was genuine. But that to me was just really disingenuous and just real problematic. I feel like we didn't need that, and what that being done. I mean, I get it within the battle, but it was like, nah, man. Snoop is alive, Pac is passed. And if he actually rapped like kind of like reincarnated, like if he would have did something with that type of energy,
that's different.
That's different. But it was very weak. And Pac is a very, like he could have put a different beat. The beat was kind of lame, like a lame West Coast type of beat.
Yes. And Pac would not say anything that was said.
Yeah, no.
Nothing.
Yeah, no, he could have did something different. I'd delete that. I don't even listen to it. I listened once he got to the Pac thing. I just didn't listen to it after that. I heard everybody else's opinion on it. But I was I was like, nah, I'm good on that.
Well, let's talk about J. Cole.
Mr. Grippy.
Let's talk about clouds. I watched you say you almost made a video, and then you were like, nah. I too was like, nah, I'm not gonna, put that much energy into it. Had a conversation over live about it, but I loved your analogy. J. Cole is the Kevin Durant
Mhm.
of rap, and if you would just give the people like a synopsis of what that means.
Well, make sure y'all go follow me, hit the like button, subscribe,
Mhm.
do all that good stuff.
Mhm.
Read my soul, as you can see here. It is simple,
If one
REEDMY.
of the mods would grab the link and drop it in the chat, that would be lovely.
Video for me. So it was like, all right, as much as I hate to discredit Drake, for me it goes like this: we got Kendrick Lamar is LeBron James. Very Nobody wants him to be who he is, but it is what it is, right? The old heads wanted to be this person, the old heads wanted to be that person. If we just look at it for his time period, Kendrick is one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest, right? Cool. Same thing with LeBron for me, right? I love Jordan. I got more Jordan sneakers in here than I got LeBron. Cool. But then you got Drake, who's Steph Curry. Now, Steph Curry's a great player, amazing player. And I took all this out. This is like the stuff that I was like, I'll do it in another video. But I'll give it to you. Steph Curry changed the game for the better or for the worse. Now everybody's doing threes. Nobody wants to play defense. Everybody's shooting threes, shooting threes, shooting threes. And I feel like Drake is that person to where he changed the game for better or for worse, right? Won some championships, great player. Can't deny what he's done. But did he change the game for the better? I don't know. Still remains to be seen. I think Steph Curry is still great. You know what I mean? I've grown to like Steph a little bit more. But he's an OV too. That's neither here nor there. The one play that's left over, because I'm still a Kyrie Irving fan. I love all these other guys, James Harden, but these guys are not in that three conversation. Is KD, Steph, LeBron. And the one person that is left over is KD. And KD just wants to hoop. He's just he is not trying to be Michael Jordan. He didn't change the game. Some people could say he changed the game because his build is like the build that NBA is looking for now. But that's just how he was physically born. You know what I mean? The way he plays is very good, very dope, but there's no
It's
sense.
also pre-Jordan build. It's not like that build hadn't been in the NBA
Yeah,
before.
he's just a little taller. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just a little
Yeah.
heavier. So
Yeah.
it ain't really like oh, you know what I mean? He's not
Yeah.
like Giannis. Like Giannis Antetokounmpo, like that's the build. But I feel as though he just wants to hoop, and anytime he tries to do anything outside of that, he looks foolish. So when he went and tried to ring chase, he did it at the worst way possible, which is going to the Golden State. And I feel the same way with J. Cole. I feel as though if J. Cole just rapped, he would be great. But every time he tried to chase commercial success or commercial viability, he looked stupid, which led to Nas down. I left that out the video, but I was kind of like, why did I leave that? I had it in the edit. What happened? But yeah, I left that out the video. But I think that is a great
This is why I love asking people about their content, because I know you left something out. We all leave something out.
left on the editing floor.
Or we have thoughts afterwards where we're like, damn, I wish I would have said this.
Well, I said it. I don't know how I edited it out. I don't know. Sometimes I'd be in here, like I said, I'd be tired, trying to just put stuff together and get it out. But I feel like that every time J. Cole tries to step out of just rapping, same thing with Kevin Durant, out of just hooping, he looked foolish. Kevin Durant, very sensitive player, right? Very sensitive person, has burner accounts, do all this stuff. If he just hooped, a lot of the criticisms we have about him, we wouldn't have. So, he was sneak this, and that's basically what the video was about. Was he basically said, I don't care about all this tough guy stuff. He jumped into somebody else's DMs that is really popular on Twitter, and he told this person, told that person, whatever. But I feel as though J. Cole is just a really good rapper, and that's it. And I feel as though his biggest problem is making music. He can really rap really well. Great. But when it comes to finding that balance, he doesn't do it well. And I think Aubrey actually does it better than him, because Aubrey will give you a song like Give Me a Hug, and he be rapping on it. You know what I mean? Whatever he's saying, whatever. But he's rapping on it. J. Cole has a hard time. Like, he'll give you a song, I think on Might Delete Later, where it's Stealth Mode, where Stealth Mode was one of my favorite songs, because he wasn't trying to do, like, he was just vibing, right? Like, J. Cole was just vibing. Raps wasn't that great though, So I just feel like J. Cole just has a hard time like he just needs to rap. Kevin Durant, he just wants to hoop. Anytime I seen Kevin Durant talking, he sound like he hating. He sounds bothered. He sounds upset. He's backtracking. J. Cole be sitting on fences, and Kevin,
Mm,
I feel like Kevin Durant be sitting on fences
mm.
and don't want to say I'm better than LeBron or I'm better than Steph or I just want to go out there and hoop. And everybody's starting to see that now, like where it's like he's jumped on a few different teams and he's not really, you know what I mean? Like he's not number one or two. He's definitely third, you know, and he's not Westbrook. How he did Westbrook's one of my favorite players. Aggressive, goes for it. Whether he wins or lose, whether he looks dumb or he
Mhm,
plays how he plays.
mhm.
And Kevin Durant just, you know, he's just not aggressive. J. Cole, he's aggressive on rap, which like I get it. Like we're rappers. You're gonna say you're the best. Every rapper says it. Every time I put pen to pad or whenever I do a freestyle, I'm the best. Cool. But it's like you had an opportunity to prove it, and it wasn't going to get like he was like they want blood, they want blood. It's like no, we just want you to prove, you know, we just want you to prove, you know what I'm saying? Like you are who you say you is. Like he went on an amazing run. Everybody, yo, this feature run is that. I was kind of like, mm, I thought Benny the Butcher got him on that song they did together. You know, and then everybody else, he wasn't really rapping with people like that. He was, you know, on like R&B songs and stuff like that. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm a J. Cole fan. I got his stuff here. Like I got did in the video. And I know people probably like, why you always showing off your stuff? I just want people to know, like, I'm a fan. I spend money with these people. So my criticism isn't like hate. It's just
Right.
it's legit, like you just want to rap, bro. Like you just want to, you know, and when I heard Clouds, the last verse, I liked it, but it was just like, okay, what now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, machines are coming, AI. All right, okay. What now, J. Cole? What's your call to action? What do we do? You know, and that basically that's how I feel about J. Cole. To where like there's no like even with his art, like he doesn't his music, his videos. He had the one where he did the Rebellion and Nat Turner. And I think that was a song called "Get Off My Dick." Excuse my language. I hope I don't that don't
No, you're fine.
okay.
You're fine.
But like that song didn't fit the video, which is okay. But you know that kind of burns the idea of the video if you just you know. But I don't see the art with him. Like I don't see like this. You know, like Kendrick, you see the art, you see the you know what I mean. Like you see the culture, you see these things. J. Cole would just get in the van and just rap, and I guess that you know like that's him. He just get you know what I mean. He just get in the van and rap. Like one of his videos off the off season, he just got in a cab and was rapping. And I feel like that's who he is, which is good for him, but it doesn't make me want to go back to it, you know?
What what is Clouds about?
And that's the thing. It's like he's always talking about his niggas. My niggas be shooting. My niggas be smoking on some loud. It's like, what you be doing, J. Cole? Like, you know what I mean? I
He's a
don't.
husband and a father of two.
And one of my favorite songs, she my number one, I don't need nothing. Like that's what I want. Like do that. You know what I mean? Like let's talk about I love her, I lose her. You know, like so I don't and even on Might Delete Later, I felt like a lot of jabs towards Rock Nation and the label. Maybe not Jay-Z specifically, but the label. He was like, how much did I make for that label? You know how much you owe me. Like if you listen to Might Delete Later, there's a lot of like label talk, like I didn't get my just due, or like, you know what I mean? Like, but he's not going into it. It's like, I want to know like how the Dollar in the Dream tour went. I want to know like how did you like what's going on with Jid? What's it like being a label boss? Like you own Dreamville. How's the festival? Take me to behind the scenes of the festivals. Like he got so much content. These guys be and this would be pissing me off. It's like you have so much content to talk about, but you're just like, I turn rap niggas to martyrs, da 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 da, and blah blah blah. It's like, what are you like? I get it. You can really rap good. Bring me in more. Like,
I think, yeah. So for me, I felt like Clouds could be a song on an album that has depth, but only after we literally ain't seen hide nor hair of this nigga for at least 18 months. Because you can't go from being whiny little emo boy in Port Antonio
Oh my God.
to to I'm an elder in the culture. I'm a wise man. I've got gray hairs. Nigga, where, when did this happen? What have you been through that has given you this perspective? Like,
what she said? What are they talking about? They talking about that. They talking about
corners cut. I was like, it does not connect for me. And I don't believe it.
And we don't believe you. You need more people. No, and that's my thing, right? To where it's like you have. When I heard Mike delete later, I was like, okay, whatever. Why you delete the? I felt as though had he not did the 7-minute drill, a lot of those lines in Mike delete later sounded like he was coming at Kendrick, right? It sounded like if you listen to him, because he's always talking about beating these other rappers and stuff. I'm better than everybody. If he'd have just had Mike deleted, I feel as though that project would have been a lot better. And he could have, and the one thing I wanted him to pull out of that was the label stuff, because that's the stuff I want to know. That's because I know you made a lot of money for that label. I know that the Dreamville shirt that I got out of Urban Outfitters probably made some money.
Yeah.
And you probably didn't get a lot of it. What, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you was trying to get signed since you was young. You was on the shelf. Who that didn't work. I'm a very early on J. Cole fan. I'm pretty sure you had a bad deal and you probably renegotiated. What was that like working with Jay-Z, only getting one Jay-Z feature and he never really mentioned you? Like, let's talk about your career and your family. Yeah, like when I heard Clouds, I saw everybody hyping it and I was like, y'all just want to move from the culture, certain part of the culture just wants to move on to the next and just start diminishing Kendrick's whole thing. But yeah, it's like you asked me what is Clouds about, and I was like, oh no,
exactly.
And that's the reason why I canned my first initial thing, because I didn't can it. I did my whole video. I was like, damn, I'm kicking his back in. And like maybe like the last minute of it, I was like, he's just KD. He's just on rap. I was like, right, that's my video. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that instead of just kicking it, because I don't like I said, I didn't want to spread any more negativity about him. Oh, you a Kendrick Laser, right? And I knew I had the video once KD said what he said. I was like, oh, this is perfect. So let me clip this up and make this. But yeah, it just okay, like okay. And I like the second verse more than anything, because yeah, I like to hear, greed and okay, but talk about how did you experience greed within within your label, or with, like, give me more, young man. Give me more. You about to be 50. Well, he's about to be 40. Yeah,
he's about to be 40.
Yeah, you about to be.
I'm about to be 50 in a couple years.
I tell people I'm turning 30 for the second time.
Yeah, there you go.
I ain't counting again until I'm either 35 or 40. I ain't saying we ain't counting. But yeah, you're right. It's like, what is it about? And for me at this point in my life, I don't have space for fluff. I personally don't have the space for just it. Where we're at in society, I feel as though, okay, yeah, we got great rappers, we got great artists, but what are we doing? Like, we need to be doing, like we need to be doing. I hear you, J. Cole, but what ultimately, you've been saying this your whole career. What is your ultimate goal? What do you, this is what No Name was getting at him for, which I'm a big No Name fan. What's your plan of action? What's your discourse? Like, where are you sending this? Like, what is it? What is your overall goal? You went to college, you played basketball, you know what I mean? It's like very surface level content. It's like, and I hate to feel this way about him, but I have been for a while. Like, since the off season, I went to the off season tour with my brother in the Barclays Center. He bought us tickets. I mean, I paid him back, but it was like a brother thing. We went. I've seen a bunch of concerts by myself. I used to do a lot of filming too for the industry. So, you know, I've had like run-ins with certain artists and different things like that. And when I saw it, I was like, yo, this is whack. I was like, yo, this tour is whack. The scenery was cool. He had a like, it was like a court. I was like, yo, it's not good. And I started looking at him different because I felt like the off season there was no like even KOTD. His thing was like, y'all young artists don't understand. Like this is where y'all gonna end up if y'all don't. And I was like, okay, word. And then he doubled down and was like, did an interview with Little Pump. And then when he got in front of Lil Yachty, it was like,
oh God, oh my God, oh God. I talk about it so much on this channel. I talk about it so much.
And it's like, yo, like you could have, you ain't stand on nothing, bro. Yeah,
Nothing.
I don't listen to Lil. I personally don't listen to Lil Yachty. And I say this oftentimes, like I don't see what people see. I don't hate on him. I don't like, and I notice that about me. I don't go out my way to like hate and bash on these people. That's not what I do. Like even with Drake, like I just say one video I had where I was like, I'm going to hate on Drake right now.
Right.
We're going to hate today. I don't go out my way. I try to give constructive criticism.
Exactly. The teachable moment of it all.
Looked into the cloud for that. In fact, I had to look into the stars. Find out what is this about. But yeah, no, I try to give a critical analysis, and I try to keep it very cute. And at my members only content, I'm gonna probably start doing more deep dives and breakdowns until I get like I want to give more of myself once I get to a certain point. But I can literally break down lyrics. I can do it with the best of them. I could say, but I'm keeping it nice and cute for right now because it you know, it's I with what's going on in the political side of things and just in America in general. I try not to be overly critical of our folks.
Yeah.
Of our melanated people, but some things you just got to be like, come on, man.
Yep.
And Kevin Durant, I don't know, he's just a dusty nigga. I'm sorry. Kevin Durant is just dusty. I see him.
I could not agree more.
You dusty, bro. And he got
dusty. He's lazy. He's jealous, and he's a hater.
He's a freaking. And I think he just be smoking and playing video games. That's just how I feel about it. I don't feel like he'd be like. That's just from what I've seen of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, J. Cole, it's like, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I got one for you.
What's up?
I've already told people that it's really difficult for me to say Forest Hills Drive because there's a company called Forest Hills Lawn Care. But so if I ever fuck up, that's why. When people are like, what'd she call that album?
The Forest Hills
Lawn Care Company album. It's not dissing the album. It's just imprinted in my brain. Okay, so Forest Hills Drive. What shoe is that album?
What shoe is that album? Oh man, that's good. Yo, you are good. Yo, I feel special a little bit. I feel like I'm getting interviewed. I'm like, I'm gonna call my mama after this. She ain't.
I did my homework.
My mama ain't up right now. I usually like, mama, I'm getting interviewed, and these questions are good. Forest Hills Drive. Hold on, you know I gotta. I had more CDs than this, but I moved around a lot because you know that's be life. Forest Hill Drive. Let's see.
There it is.
This is the original copy from the week it released too. It broke apart too.
I love it. That's how you know it's real.
You know it's real. Yeah, I bought this in Best Buy, Columbia, South Carolina, the day it released. I ain't going booklets. I miss booklets. I miss booklets too. I miss this experience, y'all.
Digital booklets not the same.
Like
real booklets.
It's like you know, like. But I will say I was on Therapy's podcast last night because he was reacting to my video. I was chiming into yours last night too, as well, to get some of your early thoughts on J. Cole. I was laughing. I was jumping back in because he reacted to my video, and I'm trying to get comfortable with people reacting to my stuff because I'm just like, I shouldn't have said that. When Justin did it, I wanted to curse him out. I'm like, Justin, dog. I'm like, yo, you cannot put my whole video up there. And it was about New York too. And I was like, man, I can't go back to New York now.
That was a great video, though, by the way. Great video.
it was just my honest opinion. New York got so much content to talk about, like gentrification, like it's just so much.
So much.
So New York has changed, and nobody talks about it. Like y'all just all trying to be fly guys and Jim Jones, whatever. I could go on for that forever because that's hometown, so I feel personally.
Yeah.
But what 2014 Fourth Hill Drive. It's funny because on Therapy's podcast last night, I say that For Your Eyes Only, personally, to me, is J. Cole's true classic. It was his attempt to do something like To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City, where he was trying to do more of a concept album. And a lot of those songs resonate with me. But after listening to him go through it last night, I really like a lot of this album. And I would still say it's his classic.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was a shoe, oh man, that's good. Let me see if I got anything. Yeah. Yeah, I got anything over here. Can I pull out anything?
You know what's crazy? The Ultimate Sneaker, that book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I gave that book to my son.
Really?
I was just looking at that like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
There you go. That's a great book.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pull away. I didn't mean to.
Oh no, you're good. My old setup. I used to have a bunch of books here that I'm pretty sure you were like. I got some Malcolm Gladwell. Some. This is what I've been reading again.
Nice.
So I do read. I do got a.
Well, you got a leg up on J. Cole right there.
I think I got a leg up on a lot of them artists, man.
Okay.
Don't read, honestly. And it's funny that that's my name because like I do have a Reading is Fundamental series that I want to bring out. Mostly I'm gonna focus on Donnell Goines because I don't think people really understand like the importance of Donnell Goines and his books within the culture. But if I was to say I would give J. Cole the sneaker he's wearing on the sneaker he's wearing on the cover is a Jordan 1.
Okay.
I can't give him the Jordan 1.
Thank God. Okay, good, great.
The Jordan 1 is that's like a classic.
Okay, that's aspirational for the moment.
Yeah, that even watching the movie Air, that was a good movie too with Chris Tucker and them. That was I like how they did it. I wasn't gonna watch it at first because the Boston Boys did it, but that's neither here nor there. Ben Affleck and them, but I would give 2014 Forest Hill Drive. It's a classic. It's a classic. I would give it classic. I would give it him that and For Your Eyes Only. I would say it's his classics. That's just me personally. Oh man, thinking about it, I would give him. I got it right here. I don't got it right here. I might give him. No. I can't see because that now. See, now I'm thinking about my favorite shoes and where this falls out into my favorite albums and to that. I would give him. It would be a Jordan. I would give him the Jordan like. The 7. Would it be a 7? I think I might have it right here. Yeah, I would give it the Jordan 7. I really like the Jordan 7 a lot. The Jordan 7 I think was it the first year Mike was in the Olympics? It got an Olympic Jordan 7 that I really like. And that's one of my favorite Jordans of all time. It's not my favorite Jordan, but it's one of my favorites. I can put them on anytime and rock it out. And I feel like that could really describe his career. That's not really, it don't really sell out all the time, but I don't know, when the culture is focusing on certain colorways, it can be that. So I'll give him the Jordan 7. He wore the Jordan 1s, but he ain't no Jordan 1.
No, that's aspirational for damn sure.
Yeah, that's the one. But I'll give him a Jordan 7. That's one of my favorite. Like the first 13, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 through 13, 14 is like the best Jordans of all time. And the 7 is popular, but it ain't the most popular. And I feel that way about this one. I feel that way about him. Like it's everybody knows it's a classic, but I don't know if people really return to it, you know?
Right.
I don't think people return to it all the time. But when a nice colorway come up, people are like, oh yeah, I like those. I'll grab them. So I don't know. That might not be right, but that's how I feel right now.
That makes it right as far as I'm concerned. If Drake were a shoe, what shoe would Drake be?
Drake would be, oh man, what would Drake be? I can't, yeah, Drake, oh freaking Aubrey. Aubrey Graham. Oh my goodness.
Or maybe it's what shoe was he when he really was hitting
Okay,
10
because
years ago?
right
'Cause
now he a dirty pair of Air Force One.
exactly.
You throw them on to do some lawn work or something.
All creased up.
All creased up, lawn work, grass stains,
Mhm.
little throw up because you went to the club once or twice, or the kids threw up on it. When he was really popping, I'll give him a clean pair of Air Force Ones. I'll give him a clean all white pair of Air Force Ones where it was one wear and done. Because that's how I feel about a lot of his music. To where it's clean. Like you needed it. Like it was okay. Like you ain't really you just wearing them. Like a clean pair of Air Force One, especially the people in New York, you gonna throw them on one time, keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Mhm.
it, it ain't really you ain't really stepping out when you wear them. You might be going to a barbecue or you might be, doing something with it, but you ain't really like they ain't really like you ain't trying to turn no heads. You got a clean pair of Air Force Ones, one wear, one crease, you throw it away. And that's how I feel
Mhm.
about Drake's music. It's good, but it ain't something you like, oh my God. It's just like, okay, yeah, one listen. Like there's no Drake music that I really go back to and listen to a lot. Like I'm like, oh, if it come on in the car, because I'm be delivering packages and stuff, I might keep it
Mhm.
on. But it doesn't stop. And I'd be like, oh, I gotta, you know what I mean? Like it's just plain white. Okay, nice.
What do you think Drake should do?
The sad thing is where we at in society, he's always gonna have a fan base, right? Where we're at, how people feel about black culture and hip hop culture in general, he personifies all of those negative things, right? With lines like he said the other day with the Give Me the Hug song, shows you how he feels about the culture, right? He thinks the culture is one big party. Nobody should be thinking deeply. And I think the the side of the culture that we're on, that's the most, which I like to believe is the more influential side, is rejecting all of that. A lot of the
Mhm.
strip club culture, a lot of the violence and negativity, that is a lot of people are rejecting that. That is not working. It is working for a small group of people that has always worked for, but I think he needs to take a break. Like personally, like if I'm talking to him personally and it's like, yo, this ain't no beef stuff. This ain't about none of this. You need to take a break, bro.
You as a man.
You as a human being, you as a
Mhm.
man that is pushing to your 40s, just like the rest of them, y'all all
Mhm.
around the same age, you need to take a break. You need to downsize. You need to downsize your peoples if you can't because you didn't store it up too much in the street. That's on you, but you need to downsize. You need to take a break. You need to get off. Shout out to Professor Scott. Oh my goodness, he be crushing it when he be talking about him and gambling. You need to fulfill that gambling contract because that then caught the best of him. That caught Jordan, if you ask me. That caught Jordan. Gambling. I mean, they talking about Bruno Mars with it. You need to take a break. And maybe Kendrick was right. Maybe you need to go do some ayahuasca or something, bro.
Right.
Maybe you need to go be a Sikh and take a vow of silence or do something. Go on a pilgrimage or something like that. Get off of social media. Go find yourself, Like I really think and this is not talking from like, oh, I can't stand you because I don't really know the guy. I don't care. I just think
Yep.
he does a lot of dumb stuff. Like I just like you clearly don't play chess. As a person who's played chess growing up, you don't play chess. And you're out of your realm, bro. You're like
Yeah.
you're out of you are out of your realm and your fan base, they're going to replace him. And he needs to because that's what they do. They replace that. You're replaceable. You're a lot of people jumped over. I seen a lot of people take their owls off of their names or whatever.
Mhm.
I think he should just go take a break. I really honestly think he needs to go find deeper meaning and deeper purpose than just sleeping with a bunch of women, strip clubs, partying, and looking like he's the man, because it don't look good. You know, it's been plenty of pictures of him. There's been plenty of pictures of him looking just drained, and it's just like, bro, just go take a break, bro. So yeah, he need to sit down for a while. He need to take a time out. Time out.
Are you okay with talking about DJ Ack? I don't really want to talk about DJ Ack, actually. What I wanted to talk about was your experience in creating content on topics that
I'm cool with talking about DJ Academics, but
set people off.
I don't think that I don't like that people are playing with all of this stuff. Like, to me, that's why certain stuff I didn't react to, and I'm cool with a lot of those people. I'm not cool with a lot of this funny stuff with the Diddy and I don't play with that, because that's serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is very serious, and that is something that is not made to be made light of at all. Not even if you're trying to bring awareness to it. So I actually my act video, I already had it out to my members only that night the accusations came out. I had it up that morning. So I called Justin. I was like, hey, how should I do this? Because, like, I don't talk about act anyway. And, like, I finally talk about him, and now he's into this crap. So he was like, not right now. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll wait till it blew over, and then I put it out. And, you know, I still thought I was making him look like the weasel he is. But I would only watch act back in the days. Like, I was never like Trap Lord Ross and all that low vibrational stuff. I didn't know how act got popular. I just started seeing him one day. I didn't know about the war in Chirac stuff. I don't know about that. That's never been in my algorithms. Like, I don't know who Lil Durk and them beefing with. I don't care. Because I think it's dumb. I think we got enough enemies already. Why, but I understand it, and that's why I leave that alone most of the time. But yeah, act I'll pop him in because he looks dumb and he's a hater, and I'll pop him in every once in a while. But yeah, I honestly think that he is he's a culture vulture too.
Yeah.
When I seen him with Vibes Cartel and he switched up to his patois and all of that stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, this is just an act for him. This is an act. He's acting. So I try not to platform, just like Justin said, I try not to platform as much as I can. But when he says something stupid or dumb, I'm gonna put him in the video every once in a while, and then usually after that, I'm proving him wrong, or I'm calling him a hater.
And you said that he's Drake's biggest op.
Yes, I think Drake doesn't.
That video is genius, by the way. I love when people are like, let me just go back to the archive of what somebody actually said, what they actually did, their own behavior back in 2017. You're right. It's like it was all there the whole time.
Yeah, I think Drake doesn't realize how much he's being used and abused, and act tries to keep it up. But like I put in that video, his best songs last year was Not Like Us and Euphoria. That was in his top 3. Those 2 songs. It's like, how could this be your favorite artist if you like? And I get it. He's a I'm not even gonna call him a journalist. That's disrespectful to all journalists.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, he's not that.
He's not that.
I called him. You saw did you ever see that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, Nightcrawler?
Yes, that was weird. That was a weird one.
I said that DJ Ack is the Nightcrawler of hip hop.
Yeah. Yes. He'll do anything for the story.
Do anything for the story. He will do anything for the click. There's no loyalty whatsoever. Zero. So while he does definitely have a parasocial attraction to Drake, and I don't mean sexual. I mean like magnetism wise. Yeah. He will also stab that man in the back.
Yeah.
To just maintain the bag. Like nothing is sacred.
Nothing is sacred. Manosphere energy. That's why that real red pill manosphere, Kevin Samuels energy, that all of that stuff, you know, that and a lot of that stuff. I love my mama and the woman too in my life way too much too. And it's funny because that was always my critique with Aubrey. I was like, how do you, because he's always been that way. I'm like, how do y'all like Marvin's Room? Like, how women and no woman I knew was like, nah, I mean, it's decent to dance to, but I think he'd lose it. Okay, cool. But it's just, I always heard him like, yo, he's not respecting women. How is this his biggest fan base? But then when you start looking at the fan base, you start understanding why. But yeah, both of them, man, I don't think Aubrey realized how much people are just eating off of him. I almost sometimes on days where I'm feeling generous about my emotions for like a second or two, I'm like, oh, I feel sorry for him. And then like after that, I'm like, that's what you asked for, brother.
I mean, I think I have a lot of compassion towards Drake, even though people don't think I do. I actually do have a lot of compassion for Drake because I do see somebody who is suffering, but a lot of it is self-inflicted, and we all grown, and you a multi-millionaire, so you got resources to be able to deal with your shit. Meanwhile, the rest of us are literally pulling ourselves up by bootstraps we ain't got because we ain't got boots. Trying to hold it together, trying to be good, trying to, do good with our little platforms. We ain't got 35 million followers on social or whatever it is. And so I feel the same way. Like I did do a very serious, like, here's a strategy for recovery, how you recover from what has happened in the last year. And just like you said, it starts with literally going away and working on yourself. And what the benchmarks are to let you know when you're ready to come back. And come back is a staged process. It's not an all-in-one thing. You need professionals around you. You don't do that. You need to defer to professionals around you. You don't do that. And I also know that I think this is kind of universal, but particularly in America, we actually do love an underdog story. We actually do love a redemption arc, almost no matter what somebody has done, quite frankly, particularly if you are a man. And so it's like there's such opportunity for you to be able to resurrect yourself in a way that is positive. It'll be hard, but it's possible to do. It requires a lot of discipline, which he doesn't appear to have, but it is possible to do. But until you do that, I'm going to hold you accountable for the shit that you're actually doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to make that a teachable moment. And also, the reason why we, meaning the collective culture, are still talking about this almost a year on isn't because he sued, bitch made move. It's because it shifted. It shifted something. It shifted something in who we are. It shifted something in how we demand to be represented. And it shifted something in how we demand to be respected. So for him to quadruple down on some sexy songs for you, 29-year-olds on stage twerking with the dictionary. Nigga, if I put a video of my old ass on OnlyFans twerking and reading the dictionary, I could become a millionaire. You must be kidding. They love a smart woman who looks good. Okay. Like it's just so there's some of it that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it's also infuriating.
Yeah.
And
that's how he views it. That's how he views it. I personally think I've watched him growing up, and I've said this in prior videos. I've watched him. I believe he was a very BT Uncut person. That's my theory, is that he watched a lot of this on TV, and that's what he thinks of it. He does not think it. And I think there is a part of him that loves the most deaths, that loves the comments, that loves it, but he knows he can't be that. And so he resents that because he knows he can't be that. He tried. I heard a lot of his early music. He tried to be very deep and introspective, and it just always fell flat. So I feel like you're right. you got punched in the face. You finally got a story. You finally got some loss. Oh, my dad was over there. My mom was over here. Okay, that's cool. Early on, it sounded good. Very early Aubrey days, I was like, okay, yeah, he underdog from the grassy. Yeah, I was rocking with it. And then as soon as he got on, his first album is called Thank Me Later. As soon as I heard the album title, I said, all right, let's see how this plays out. Then the next one was Take Care. All right, cool. Nothing. I started listening to him. I'm like, oh, this dude is really full of himself. The Thank Me Later album title, I hated it because I was a big fan early on. And I was like, I hate that album. That just sounds so cocky and arrogant. And the last song on the album is You Could Thank Me Now. And I was just like, so you make a whole album saying thank you later. Then the last album on the song is Thank Me Now. I was like, all right. And that was really early on. So I was like, you know what? Let's give it another try. Then when he did the started from the bottom, now we here, I was like,
oh, I love it. I love it.
I was like, brother, you was on the grassy.
Okay.
Even if they was giving you bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
You're from Canada, so you had healthcare. No, you had healthcare.
Right.
You was on grassy for a bunch of seasons.
Yeah.
You got some type of money.
Yeah.
So I started peeping it. And then when I heard he didn't write his lyrics, it was that. It was it. That was the final straw. It started the very first. I was like, okay. It was the control verse reaction. And then it was the I don't write lyrics. And that was it. But he definitely has some work to do, as we all do. But like you said, it seems like he doesn't want to do it. You just got punched in your face. Now you have a story. Now you have something to come over. Like you said, underdog story. Now you have something to come back from. But now you're making it more difficult for us to like champion you because you just won't go away. And you're making it seem like it's our fault. What are these guys going to do with it? Have these girls... I literally have it right now. Like, I'm going to put out like all the years that he was active, because I'm tired of this whole he was running it for 15 years thing.
That was a list. I saw those. I saw quite a few years on that list.
So he started out in 2009, right? He got best I've had happened in 2009. Everybody keeps saying he was on a 15-year run.
Yeah,
so I'm putting together something just like they did to Jay-Z that one time, to where I'm giving concepts, but take them. We can all do them. It don't matter. But I'm gonna go do every year and literally see if he had this 15-year run, because I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. So I'm gonna do a few videos where it's like 50 Cent never really won a beef. I'm gonna do I got a few things where I'm like, Drake didn't really run it for 15 years. I got a few concepts where I'm gonna come and really hit it. And yeah, he resents women. Yeah, like that's one of the things I never really enjoyed about him. Because I'm not that way in my music. I come from the Maxwell era. I come from like Jaheim era, like, you know, like Just In Case. Like, I come from like if you was doing wrong, you was apologetic about it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, if you was,
it was please, baby, please.
Yeah, please, no. You know what I mean? I come from Gerald Levert.
Yes.
I come from that. Like, that is what's in me, like, naturally, like outstanding. Girl, you're not like, we were championing the women. And if we did wrong, we was sorry.
Yes.
You know, so when I hear the resentment he has, I'm just like, bro. And I trust me, I ain't got my heart broken. Because I before I met my wife, I was in love with my mama, which was aggressive. My mother will cut you. That's just my mama. She's from New York. She was fighting. She'll beat you up. She don't play that. She'll cut you. So that's what I wanted. I wanted till I realized I didn't want to be arguing all day. Like, I'm talking about overly aggressive. I don't mind an aggressive one, stand on your ground, but I wanted over aggressive. I wanted somebody to fight me, and it just wasn't. It didn't. I was like, oh, why am I going through these problems? Oh, because we're conflicting. Like, nobody's backing down. I can't. If I back down, that just makes it worse, because now you need to step over me, and I got stepped on a lot. And you know, I got over it, you know, but I never really was like, I'm gonna write a letter. I'm gonna write a hate letter. I'm gonna write you a hateful
I'm gonna
text.
write a series of hate letters and put it on an album.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sing about this for 15 years, every song.
Right.
That girl that did me wrong in Toronto. I'm not gonna do that, And I realized it was my mistake. I was picking the wrong match for me. I needed somebody to balance me out, and that until you realize that, you are gonna keep running into the wrong problems. And that was me personally. My brother's the same way. My brother he's a Aries, and he's way more argumentative than me. Way more. I got some compromise in me. Like, yo, you know what? You got it. You right. Let's reconvene tomorrow. Cool. My brother he will argue forever. And he realized, like, yo, you just keep looking for mommy. He was like, what? I said, you looking for mommy. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, bro, mommy will cut you. Mommy will fight. And I used to get in the cabs with my mom, and if they didn't give her the right price, she was arguing with the cabbie. Like, get out. Like, what's up? I'm like, ma, like, oh, I'm like 7. Like, ma, I'm like, yo, like, she's like, nah, because I know y'all don't usually try. I usually pay 15. I'm just like, this guy just took us across the city for the low. Like, she's like, nah. So that's just my mom. She did not play. And my brother, I'm like, yo, I get, like, you don't want, I'm not saying get with a pushover. No, but you going to girls that will cut you. Like that's not healthy.
Right.
So he figured it out. And I'm like, if you're gonna be with that, you got to learn how to compromise. If you want that, that's cool. You can't match energies. Somebody has to compromise. And I see that with Drake, to where he wants the boss woman, but he don't want her to be a boss. He wants to use her and abuse her. I could tell that by the way he talks, is that he goes for these Serena type women, these Rihanna type women, but he want them to like fall underneath his feet. And it's like, yo, you're not that type of person, bro. Like, you kind of marshmallowy. You kind of marshmallow. Kind of soft, bro.
I can tell you from experience that, and just a word here for the men folk who like to try and slide in DMs. It's not hard for a boss woman to identify men who love the idea of us, but actual us, they, first of all, haven't really given a whole lot of consideration to. They're completely inequipped for a woman to be like, no, or you're wrong, or I don't want to, or I don't see it that way, or like you're totally not equipped. What you want to be able to say is, she's mine. You want to be able to tell your friends, she's mine.
I got that.
You want the cameras to be able to see you next to her on your arm, she's mine. That's not the same thing as you want to be in partnership with that woman. And so it is wild to me. I'm not going to name names, but it is wild to me when I see some folks here on this here platform say like, well, Kanye's been burnt. I mean, Kanye, Freudian slip. Drake has been burned by every woman he's been with. And I'm like, what are you looking at? What are you talking about? And then saying like, how do you expect a man to be if he's been burned by every single woman? Well, first of all, what makes you think that every single woman that Drake has been with has done him dirty? Didn't it? What out there makes you think Serena Williams was running around cheating on him with sex workers from Paraguay? She wasn't doing that. She's not the one with the 10 snipe commandments.
Yeah.
So, well, that's a word. Chat, I hope you got some good questions, because we got maybe about 10 minutes left. So, cue them up. Here we go. All right, y'all. We're throwing it to the chat.
We gotta do this again. I had too much fun.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad because I can be a little witchy.
Yeah, nah,
And you sent me a message. You were like, okay, all looks good. I'll reach out. If there's a problem or anything comes up. And honest to God, my reaction was, I think he might be a little bit nervous.
I was.
And I was just like, I know that there's really, besides what I put in the email and kind of explaining what's going on, showing you the agenda of what we're going to talk about, it is a trust.
Yeah.
Because people can look at my channel and get the completely wrong impression of who I am, how I engage in conversation with people. And so it's a trust. You decided, well, hell, I think it's going to be great. It could go wrong, but I think it's going to be great. And that's really the only way to show people what it is to be in conversation with a boss Black woman. Not afraid to put her opinions out there and ask questions, but also listen and learn. I'm not here to debate you. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm not here to trump up some kind of thing, for the clicks. I really want to, just be in conversation. That's why I send the agenda to the guests. Like, what do you want to talk about? If you don't have anything, I'll fill it in. If you have some things, we'll add that to the conversation. So I just really appreciate you trusting me, going with the trust and the faith, and being a guest.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I didn't want to ruin it. That's what it was. I just didn't want to say nothing to ruin it. I'm still like I said, I still don't know what to do with my hands. This is, like I said earlier, I'm a dreamer naturally. So, I'll get to that question in a second, but I'm a dreamer naturally. So I didn't know it could be reality. You know what I mean? Like, coming from where I come from, I didn't know that this could happen like this. So, and I was reading this the other day where it's like they want us to be scared and afraid of each other. And it's time that we have to come together. So I was cool. I was like, oh, she got an agenda. Like, I didn't know what we was gonna talk about till you sent it in. I was like, I hope, like, we just, I hope there's a guideline or something, because I don't know. I don't know. This is still new to me. So okay, I guess I'll read the question. You want to read the question?
Does Reed have a series on his channel where he rates albums as if they are shows? Would love to see more of that. Thank you, OL, the juice connoisseur.
I do not. I feel as though I'm trying to make content that I never.
Oh, he said shoes. Sorry, he meant shoes.
Oh.
So a correction. There it is.
Okay.
So do you have a series where you're ranking albums as if they were shoes or comparing them to shoes?
That is dope. I have never seen content like that. And after ABSA asked me that question, it made me really think about what shoe would be what album. But my goal is to make content I've never seen before, but that I've seen before.
I love that.
I don't want to just rate albums just like Anthony Fantano. Like, I don't want to just do that. That's being done. You know what I mean? Like, I want to do something different. But hey, listen, that's something I like, man. I might write that down. You might have just gave me some content ideas. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, this next one is a personal question, but it is kind of an internet staple when we're talking about music. Read my soul. Do you know what song you were created to?
That's crazy, bro.
You don't have to answer. We can move on.
No, I'm cool. That's crazy though. Because now I'm a very visual person. I'm in the dream world. Like, I don't want to visualize.
I know, that's right.
my mammy and my pappy doing the thing. I don't want to visualize that. But it gotta be Jodeci. It gotta be something Jodeci. And if not, I'm not gonna say the other artists because nobody want to talk about the artist. But it's one of those two artists. It gotta be something by it was 93. I gotta look at what albums came out. Well, no, because I was March 93, so that means it was 92.
That's right. That's right. Very good.
June. So I gotta look up what was going on at the time. But I know it was something grooving.
Thank you, the Doomer.
That's crazy.
SPR wants to know, do either of us have other collabs or panels you'll be on coming up? Well, I can say for myself, Moni and I are working on scheduling. I know she's been dealing with some family stuff. So shout out and thoughts to Moni.
Shout out to Chilling with Moni.
So that's gonna happen. She'll be on here or I'll be over there. Me and We Are Deciphered are always scheming on gonna talk about next when we gonna do it. And we've also talked about it would be great to have Read My Soul, myself, Skip and DJ from We Are Deciphered, and Moni at some point in time click up in the future.
I'm definitely down.
So I think that would be cool. Reed, do you have any other scheduled guest appearances? Negroes, and I love you, black men. But sometimes when brothers are doing panels, like you said, day of, night before, they're like, hey, you want to be on?
Hey, I'm doing this tonight at 3 minutes and a half.
Mm-hmm.
3 minutes and a half. Can you be ready?
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Justin did the same thing to me, and I was like, yes, yes, I can.
Ease PR. I appreciate that little cash app you gave me too, man. Start the year off. That was like my first realization that like people care about me.
No, isn't it so nice?
I want to get some lunch. I looked at my kids. We want to go to McDonald's or something.
Okay.
We about to get something cheap because it ain't that much, but we gonna get something.
Okay.
We cook a lot. Me and my wife, we cook a lot. We ain't cooking eggs because eggs is really expensive.
Child.
Jesus. Really, and I'm glad we did this because I'm very like, if I say this time, this day, I'm gonna do it. I pushed a lot back because people have been chirping at me all month, but I had to get like my setup ready. Like even my camera now still freezing and is not like the best setup because I like quality. So I'm trying to buy like a camera that's a little bit lower quality because I'm on like a Mac. So like it's really not even my camera. It's literally my computer can't handle the quality of my camera. And I don't like my webcam. So I'm gonna start doing stuff next month. This was like my first. And I'm gonna start doing stuff next month. Me and Professor Sky got something coming. And I think I've been meaning to read that. I mean, I've been meaning to listen to that podcast. I think I'm gonna do something with them. And of course, if Curtis or Justin have us again, I'll do something with them. But nothing on the schedule right now. But it probably will fill up this month as I'm getting comfortable with this. This is kind of like, for lack of a better terms, popping my cherry. And I feel a lot more comfortable now. I just don't, like I said, I'm still from New York City, man. I'm still from New York. You know what I mean? I don't really trust everybody. You know what I'm saying?
That's real though.
So, I feel a little bit more comfortable now. And if all else fails, I'll just click out of here. I'll just leave studio. That's kind of what that was like. Listen, if I'm like, hey, y'all have a good one. I'll see y'all next time. But
I actually did that on a pre-recorded. I'm not going to tell the people who it is. They're going to try and guess, and you're wrong. You're going to think it's that one podcast, and it wasn't. Okay, so don't even go there. But yes, I was doing a pre-recorded thing with a channel. It was not going well at all, and I clicked out. And then I sent a text message and I sent an email and I said, I think there's a lot of technical difficulties and I'm not able to participate. If you're able to fix that in the future, let me know. But that was the only way to just be like, I'm not. And they never aired the thing. So people didn't see, oh, she was there. Now she's gone. No. But, and so, for me, there are some things where it's like, like you said, when you hit and people are like, oh, I like that person, I like their content, then everybody starts like, you want to do this, you want to do that, and you want to do it. Like, I'd love to talk to this person. Yeah, I'd love to do this, that, and the other. Some of those experiences have been really great. Some of them have not been really great. And I just try and stay in the middle with it.
Yeah.
Of like, take it slow, be intentional. Take it slow, be intentional. And it's okay to say like, no. No. Thank you, but no. Or I can't this week. I really just can't. I can't do it this week. Please email me again. This isn't a passive no. It's I'm really not available. So that's what I've done. And that's what I would encourage you to do is just if you maintain your intentionality for any opportunity that comes up, you'll be good, I think. Top 5 rappers overall?
Hold on, question. Where are you from originally?
I'm from LA.
From LA?
Mm-hmm.
That where you claim, or that's where you from?
I claim it, and that's where I'm from.
Okay, word.
Mm-hmm. Why?
I don't know. I don't. That the West is still foreign to me. It's like I gotta go conquer the West. I'm used to the East Coast, even Chicago, like Midwest a little bit. I've had some experience there, but I've only been to like the San Fernando Valley. I went to a wedding in Lovers Point one time, and
most of my partners have been from the East Coast.
Okay, understood.
Yeah,
because I'm like I don't know what the energy would be like. So I was like, hold on, I'm hearing a little bit of that sometimes. When you
that does happen. Yes, because we all from the South.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, my daddy from Virginia.
VA,
Mama from LA. Mm-hmm.
That's dope. But top 5 rappers, I really like I said, I hate list. I love them, but I hate them. Right now, Kendrick is number 1. Number 2 is Tupac. Number 3 is Biggie. Number 4. So we got Kendrick, Tupac, Biggie. Number 4, Nas. Nas is always gonna be right there. Number 5. I'll go. I'll go Jay-Z. That's my top 5: Kendrick, Tupac, Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z. And that's just because like I don't really feel like thinking about any deep.
I know that's right.
It's like, all right, if I could, if you like, gun to your head, name your top 5 rappers. Like, all right, yeah. But I really like Life After Death.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one of my favorite albums. My dad, of course, I said earlier, my dad played it forever. So, but I like listening to it as an adult. Like I really like that album. Like so, big Biggie guy, big Pac guy. His discography strictly for. I mean, it's yeah. And then Nas, he's always like, If I Ruled the World is one of my favorite songs of all time. Like that was probably one of the first early on songs too in my life that I was like, okay, I really like that song. I really like Illmatic, and then Jay just because like some of my favorite Jay albums is like American Gangster, like the ones that people don't really like that are like some of my like Jay was really talking like about like 1 out of 3 of us is locked up doing crime. You know what type of that could do to what nigga mind on my money on my mind. If you owe me $10, you ain't giving me 9. He's like, I ain't had my 40 acres in the mule. Like it's just certain stuff Jay say that like that people don't be listening to. That I'm like, that's the best Jay right there.
Yep, I agree.
What about yourself? Top 5 rappers for today.
Yeah, today my top 5 rappers of all time are Tupac, Kendrick Lamar, Queen Latifah, Lauryn Hill, and Missy Elliott.
Missy, I love Missy.
Yeah, that's mine for today. This is a great last question. So thank y'all for submitting your questions. This one comes from We Are Deciphered. A question for Reed. Sign, drop, or go indie? Pac. I was listening to Asian rappers before this, okay? Pac, Nas, or Dot?
Sign, drop, go indie.
This is a great question. I might add it to the regular questions. Thank you. We Are Deciphered.
Yeah, that's messed up, man. That's messed up, y'all.
That's a great question.
This is not true. I would find a way to wiggle myself out of it. I'm from New York. I can talk my way out of anything. Trust me.
Oh, somebody said earlier in the chat, wait a minute, is Reed cheating?
I listen. I will do it. Listen, I used to when I was like in what 5th grade. Was it 5th grade or 4th grade? About 4th or 5th grade, I started taking the public transportation by myself. I had to wiggle my way out of things at a very young age. You know, for
Mhm.
real. But Pac, all right, so sign, drop, or go indie. That's whack. Cause like if you sign a deal, like it's gonna be a whack deal. So I would definitely sign Tupac. And I would sign them to a 360 deal specifically because ain't no way you gonna be doing movies. Yeah, Pac, come here. Yeah, you ain't no way you gonna be doing movies with Juice. You see Juice? I need some of that money. Yeah, Pac, we need some of that. We need all of that. I need
Oh.
you got a movie with Janet Jackson? I need some of that purse. Yeah, I need some of that money. Yeah. I need to cut that. So Pac is definitely getting signed to a 360 deal. Sorry, Pac. Listen. I catch him right when he about to get out of jail too. You need to get this money. Sign this 360. We need all of that. I need them Versace clothes. You got all of the movies. Every little bit of the money you getting, I need some of that. So he's definitely getting signed. I'm gonna drop Nas. I'm sorry. Nas gonna get dropped. Nas could probably still figure out something else to do in life because he's just that smart.
Yeah,
Even
he's not going to care. Also, he'll
yeah,
be like, "Fuck them," and
he like
keep it
I ain't want to
pushing.
sign anyway. You feel me? I don't want to sign anyway.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nas probably gonna be a preacher or something. He gonna find a way to get his message out.
Yep.
I have no doubt in my mind about him. But Dot, he was a work in progress. But I feel as though because he's kept it indie damn near. I mean,
I agree.
like his concept is that of trying to keep it underground. And it's crazy. I said that in the video today. He did the experimental stuff first, which you don't see artists do the experimental stuff first. Prince and
No.
them and Michael and them, Prince and Michael and them, they did it later. You know,
Yep.
they did the experimental stuff later, but very early
You
on.
had to earn your experimental.
Yeah, you had to earn
Yes.
your child. I mean, I think that was what it was. Like even with like in the Ray Charles in them days, you had to earn to do something different. You do this, you ain't do secular music, you do the gospel. You know what I mean? Like they was so
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Dot is already an indie artist, but yeah, Pac is definitely getting signed to a 360. I need all.
Mm-hmm.
He was multi-talented and multifaceted, and I want to sign him because I want to keep him from where all the drama he got into later
Yeah.
in life. And if I would have signed him,
Yeah.
I feel like I could have kept him on the right path, and maybe he might have been a public figure or a
Yeah.
politician or something different. Because that's what I saw for him. But yeah, Nas, you go ahead, Nas. Go ahead, bro. You gotta go.
Y'all, thank you for joining us tonight. This was wonderful. Reed, thank you for being here, sharing your energy, your wisdom, your insight, and your funnies. I can't wait to watch the replay. That's my favorite thing is
Oh,
to just sit and watch the replay and giggle and look at everything in the chat that I missed because obviously I can't see everything in the chat. Y'all give Reed a round of applause.
thank you for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Stay with me for a second while we hit the outro. We'll talk for just a few seconds, y'all. We'll see you soon. Appreciate you being here. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Peace, peace.